Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. A volunteer firefighter has died in Florida after suffering a medical emergency while battling a wildfire. And in Georgia, more than 120 homes have been destroyed by the Brantley Highway 82 wildfire. Governor Brian Kemp.
We got over 800 homes that are in harm's way right now, and that's what the folks on the ground, one of the things that they're doing, are trying to protect.
CBS's Mark Strassman in Waynesville.
Where the fires are out of control, they are giving evacuation orders, and they need people here to heed those orders. In some cases, people listen, and of course, in some cases, people do not. And that is the worry of fire officials, is that by staying put, they're putting themselves needlessly in danger.
The recovery is underway in Enid, Oklahoma, from the devastation left behind by a tornado that swept through the city last night. CBS's Jason Allen is in Enid.
Husband and wife, brother-in-law, a neighbor, the dogs, all getting in the storm shelter. This tornado went right over the top of them, and it's a good thing they were down there because other buildings that are on this same street are just demolished.
Law enforcement authorities in Florida say they have found the body of one of the two missing University of South Florida doctoral students in Tampa, and a roommate has been taken into custody. Zamil Limon and Nahida Bristi of Bangladesh disappeared on April 16th. Hillsborough County Chief Deputy Sheriff Joseph Maurer.
I am heartbroken to announce the discovery of human remains discovered on the Howard Franklin Bridge earlier this morning. Just now, those remains were positively identified to Zamil.
Limon's roommate faces charges including domestic violence and unlawfully moving a body. President Trump is sending negotiators to Pakistan for weekend talks aimed at ending the war with Iran.
The president is sending envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner to the talks in Islamabad. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says Vice President Vance is not going, at least not for now.
The vice president, I understand, is on standby and will be willing to dispatch to Pakistan if we feel it's a necessary use of his time.
Vice President Vance led the first round of talks in Pakistan amid reports the Iranian team preferred to negotiate with him. This new round of talks comes as the U.S. continues its blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
A federal appeals court in Washington blocks efforts by President Trump to broadly restrict asylum access. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
In a 2-1 decision, the judges ruled the policy violated federal law protecting migrants fleeing persecution. In a statement, the ACLU says the ruling will potentially save the lives of thousands who were denied hearings under the ban.
Stocks are mixed on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
Go to the ends of the earth, half a world away. Reach for the stars.
If I take time to think, they might go get Brad.
On CBS, Sunday morning.
Plans are moving forward to get rid of the King County Regional Homelessness Authority. More on that straight ahead, but first, check on your KIRO News Radio traffic. Brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, and this is going to be a big one with us today and through the weekend with this full closure of eastbound 18 heading over Tiger Mountain. All lanes are closed between Issaquah-Hobart Road and I-90 through early Monday morning. Crews are wrapping up paving and striping projects that they've been postponing for the past few weeks. Now that they've got great weather, they're going to try to finish this up here in the next, through the weekend. The detour route is Issaquah-Hobart Road, and that's for passenger vehicles only, not big rigs, trucks and semis. You need to stick with 405 and I-90. And right now, Issaquah-Hobart is bumper to bumper from about 156, which is about 2 miles north of 18. So 156 all the way up to I-90. The Maple Valley Highway is wide open. North 405, though, is taking on the brunt of this traffic here, bumper to bumper from South Center to Northeast 44th. South Center to Renton is going to take you 45 minutes. That's a half-hour delay. And heading into Seattle North 5, we're packed from the north end of Boeing Field through downtown, and then another backup approaching the Ship Canal Bridge. Half hour to get through this. This is sending drivers over to Highway 99, and right now we've got pretty heavy volumes on East Marginal as you approach downtown. It's comedy superstar Jeff Dunham, July 24th at the Emerald Queen Casino. Don't miss this Laugh Out Loud show featuring ventriloquism. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Nate Connors. A local lawmaker says there's momentum behind his plan to dissolve the King County Regional Homelessness Authority. County Council member Rod Dembowski tells KIRO Radio's G and Ursula.
And I have gotten emails and texts and calls from current elected officials, former elected officials, people that work in the space saying, thank you. This needs to happen.
Dembowski plans to introduce legislation next week to start the process of shuttering the agency after an audit found it's $45 million in the hole and lost track of another $13 million. Seattle City Council member Maritza Rivera has a companion bill. They say they still want the city and county to coordinate on tackling homelessness, but say the current system is failing. Gas prices are up 1 penny overnight. Washington's average at $5.41 according to Gas Buddy, and the national average $4.05. A Seattle landmark is getting some safety upgrades. KIRO 7 TV's Elle Thomas explains.
A limited demolition at Gasworks Park is underway, and it's to take down some of the parts people use to climb onto the towers. This after years of reported injuries and deaths at the park. 3 people have died falling off that structure, including a 15-year-old boy last July.
Seattle Parks and Rec says the rest of the structures will not be affected. It'll take about 2 months to finish this job. The Seahawks have a new running back.
Hello, Jadarian. Yes, sir. How you doing, bud? John Schneider with the Seahawks. Yes, sir. Hey, man, we're getting ready to pick you right here, brother.
Despite analysts predicting the Seahawks would trade away their first-round draft opportunity, they picked Jadarian Price. He's widely considered the number 2 running back in the draft class. Originally from Texas, he's been playing for Notre Dame and rushed for 1,420 yards and 18 touchdowns, even as a backup to the number 1 running back pick, who is also from Notre Dame. Draft coverage continues on mynorthwest.com/sports. And now your KIRO News Radio weather, sunny and warm temperatures heading into the weekend. 62 today, near 70 Sunday. 55 and mostly sunny in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Happy Friday. Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill laughing away.
Hey, buddy.
Sounds like a hearty laugh.
Welcome back, by the way. First off, we missed you yesterday.
It's great to be back.
Yeah. It's funny because we're going to have a story a bit later today. We'll talk about the Seahawks' first-round draft pick. It surprised everybody that they actually picked. Mm-hmm. I love this story because you had Nate had a clip of GM John Schneider calling the newest Seahawk and letting him know we're about to bet. What a life-changing moment.
We're going to play in a little bit because it's fantastic.
Well, what I'm laughing about is the young man was on this morning on Seattle Sports.
Yeah.
And he pronounced his name. He pronounced it differently than John Schneider pronounced it.
Oh, okay.
It's John Schneider said, hey, Jadarian, and the young man, Jadarian, was on with Brock and Salk and said, Jadarian.
Yeah.
And Nate and I were saying...
There's a lot of letters in his name, I get it.
Well, Nate and I were just saying, when the guy writing the check says you're Jadarian, I think you're Jadarian from that moment on. do you correct the guy who's going to, just as long as you spell it
Probably
right?
not on the phone call. That's probably like the first thing you do.
I thought it's so funny.
Though. People mispronounce my name all the time. A lot of people say
Jock.
A lot of people say Jacob. I say Jacob.
Okay.
Or Jock or Jake. So I totally get it, Jadarian. Totally
good kid, man. Looking forward to this guy.
We have a ton of great stuff coming up. I'm very excited to talk about all these things. I missed a lot yesterday.
You did.
Missed a lot.
I felt bad.
There's a lot of wild stuff happening in our state.
Wheelhouse stuff for you. Stuff you love to get to the bottom of, right?
Low-hanging fruit. I'm always telling people, find me low-hanging fruit stuff to talk about. I'm a simple man. I like simple stories.
That's not it. It's the stuff.
For me, it is.
Well, it's the stuff that kicks people in the stomach every day.
Right in the teeth.
Right?
Yeah, well, yeah,
every
whatever.
day.
Yeah.
And you love getting to the bottom of this stuff. And yesterday, it was like Christmas morning, and you couldn't get home.
I saw a story
for the holidays.
I saw this post. When was it? Because I was gone yesterday, which was Thursday, so it would have been Wednesday night. Wednesday night, I see this post about the King County Regional Homeless Authority.
Yeah.
All this money that's gone missing, and all these things we assumed were true for a long time. And they're like, we just don't know where all these millions of dollars went. I went, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so fun. And they went, oh no, I'm not on the show tomorrow. I know, right? Do you know where I was?
No,
this is actually super fun.
I didn't inquire other than if it was personal or usually you share.
Well, it was personal. I took the day off to go to a field trip with my son. Whatever. Father of the year. Other people saying it. Whatever.
You don't blow your own horn. That's not your style.
We live over in Snohomish area, and they were doing a visit to the Everett Aqua Sox.
As a school field trip?
As a school field trip. Now, I thought, because I'm a dad and I don't read anything that my wife sends me about field trips and things to prepare, so I just thought, show up at the Everett Aqua Sox Funko Field at whatever time I was supposed to be there. I think it was like 10:30 or whatever.
Okay.
And so I show up, and I realized once I get there, I didn't even know this, but once I get there, I realized there's a baseball game happening that day. I thought we were just getting a tour of the grounds.
Great.
There was a full-on Everett Aqua Sox game yesterday in the middle of the day. And so I got to sit and watch. It wasn't as beautiful and sunny as today. It was kind of rainy. It was cold, which was its own thing. But I got to just watch day baseball when I'm normally doing the show.
And your kids went somewhere else? The kids were there?
It was a dream moment. My son is sitting right next to me. We're sitting there. We're watching the Everett Aqua Sox. That Funko Field, have you been to an Aqua Sox game?
I have been to it.
It's so intimate and tiny.
Greatest. It's the greatest.
It is the greatest. I have one suggestion.
Sure.
They need a taller foul ball.
Foul pole?
Not foul pole. What's the netting?
The netting.
They need more netting.
Yeah.
This was really horrible, but kind of funny. And I think the kid's okay, so we can all talk about it now. First pitch of the game.
Uh-huh.
They're playing the Spokane Indians.
Yep.
And Aqua Sox, whoever their pitcher is, some future star in the big leagues, I'm sure. But right now, he's just throwing it in. I don't know his name. Throws it in. Guy fouls it off. And we're sitting on the third base side, 16 rows up. Really good seats.
Great seats.
For elementary
almost
school.
Part of the game.
Yeah, it was great. So we're sitting 16 rows up. They hit it onto the first base side, and the ball goes up and down and hits a kid in the head from another elementary school.
Oh, doinks him, huh?
It wasn't one of ours, which doesn't make it better, but
eases the concern a little bit.
Well, it eases my pain.
Yeah. You're the one who's got to take the kid to the emergency room.
And it hits his head, and this poor kid, all joking aside, it hits his head, and I felt so horrible because his dad, I can see he's got I assume it's his father. His dad's sitting right next to him, eating a hot dog, not blocking his kid. Like you always see those videos of somebody.
The super dads?
The super dad.
The guy, remember the video of the guy who
with
was
a baby?
Holding his kid, holding his beer.
Yep.
Didn't spill his beer.
Or the kid.
Dropped the kid, caught the ball, and caught the kid before the kid hit the ground.
Like a superhero.
Yes.
That's what everybody assumes that they can do. In reality, the ball just hits your kid.
This guy didn't drop his hot dog, though, right?
No, he just looked over after his kid went bonk, and the only reason he knew is because it literally made a sound hitting off the kid's head, and it went and bounced off. And the kid and everybody kind of swarms, as they should. Everybody kind of swarms. And they're checking his,
They check his,
the eye check
right. Follow my finger. Here's a plush frog.
I think he was okay. I saw they gave him a bunch of stuff.
Sure, they do. Yeah,
which was
do.
Cool.
That's a legal settlement, by the way.
Yeah, for
future action.
I don't know if they made him sign anything or his dad signed. His mom's like, "Why'd you sign this, Dad?" So they gave him a bunch of stuff, and the kid's sitting there, and I think he was okay because they stayed. I kept watching, so I was like, "Is he still here?"
Is he napping or did he?
Yeah, he was fine. I assume. I think he's okay. God bless him. And so the kid's there, but the reaction from the rest of the kids was, for the rest of the time, every time somebody hit a foul ball, they were terrified.
Oh no, they're duck and covering.
So we're sitting on the third base side, and that usually happens. You usually hit like a foul ball away from you, so it would be we would only have to worry about it if there's a left-handed guy coming up. Now, unfortunately, the Aqua Sox have like 8 of their 9 hitters right now are lefties. I have no idea why, but they are. They're all lefties. And so I have pictures of my son. Like every time a lefty goes up, I went, duck and cover, son. And he just would dive down onto the bleachers.
Missed half the game.
Yeah, he missed most of the game.
Oh, no.
Because he's terrified. But it was a beautiful day.
So your original point that they need more netting.
They need more netting.
Better netting.
Yeah, just put more netting in.
So it's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
Come on.
It was super fun. And I don't remember who won because we actually had to leave early because of buses they were shorthanded on buses.
What a great little field trip, though. Good for you for taking
putting
your family memories and moments like that as a priority.
Yes,
I respect that.
Yes.
I mean a lot. I can't tell you how many things I missed in my kids' lives because I would just
you were working.
get to work.
You got to think. You got to sit back and ask yourself, like, what are you working for?
Yeah.
You know, just like always put it through that.
And how much time do you really have?
Yeah.
I mean, not to
and
be.
the answer is like money.
Especially if you're sitting on the first base side. Well, yeah, how much time do you have?
So don't skip. So skip time with your kids.
No.
Make my money. No, don't do that.
Money comes, money goes. Can't make more time.
It's true. It's true. That actually feels like a really good segue. We should skip the Tacoma Narrow story and go straight to the camping story.
Okay, yeah.
Because that feels like a good segue. You can tell, real quick, from what I missed, we have Luke Ducey, who's coming on in a little bit. He's going to talk about the homeless stuff. The King County Regional Homeless Authority has now responded, and so we'll give you their response because everybody's like, shut them down. Shut them down.
There's this 11th hour, somebody said, I think it was Dombrowski said, they've had 10 lives. Most cats only get 9. It's time for these people to go.
This felt like obvious to me that this was going to happen and that this was going to be revealed and that eventually they'd just be shut down. People have been saying this for a long time.
Yeah, but not to this degree. We know they've had issues and problems, and but some of the things that came out in that audit, the audit came out late on Wednesday.
It confirmed a lot of suspicions. I think a lot of people have.
I think worse than we could possibly imagined.
No,
it's one thing to be over budget.
Worse. I was surprised 13. I thought to myself,
that's just lost.
Is that just from the week?
That's not.
What is that number? Because they get a lot of money.
They do get a lot of money. We'll have Luke on at 12:30 to get deeper
into
the
latest developments. And then we'll do a countdown clock to find out when they're going to get shut down. We'll find out. So Luke's going to be on at 12:30. Tell me real quick about Tacoma Narrows. What happened with the bridge? They're shutting down part of the bridge?
They did an inspection, and they found just major structural, I don't know if damage is even the right word, missing pieces of metal upon a routine inspection, to the point where these two lanes of the westbound span, the older span of the bridge, have to be shut down, and they don't know for how long. Because, I mean, it's not just, for regularly scheduled maintenance like they're doing on the Revive I-5.
Sure.
This is, they look through and you could see, 800 feet below to the surface of the water, what should be metal. So they're shutting down those two lanes, and they're going to, for an indeterminate amount of time, till they assess the extent of the damage, a full comprehensive examination of the bridge, and then repairs to make it sound. So could be the entire summer. We don't know. We have no idea.
That's awful.
So
that's a busy bridge.
So if you're going to the peninsula and you don't want to take a ferry boat, you may want to leave now.
You may want to swim.
If you got a date in August, you may want to get out there a little early.
Yeah,
it's going to be an impact for as long. They have no idea how long.
So I did look into a little bit of the cost of this. They said a recent study showed the westbound span needs $180 million in repairs. Where's all the money going? This is just like, this could be a whole we could do a daily segment on the show. Where'd the money go? Where'd the money go?
Well, we did postpone, and Washington State's one of the worst in the nation. But nationally, the neglect to our infrastructure has been going on for decades. They've been kicking that can down the road, no pun intended, for decades.
So when I think of kicking a can down the road, so like my house gets really hot in the summertime.
Yeah.
And I have a wife who doesn't like to be really hot in the summer. She loves it the rest of the year for some reason, but she does not love it in the summertime. So I've been kicking the can down the road on putting AC in my house because it's pretty expensive.
Right.
Because they got to go up into the roof for some reason.
Sure, yeah.
All my heaters come out of my roof. So
wow.
it's like extra weird stuff.
That's interesting.
And so it's a high cost. So I've been kicking that can down the road. So I've been not paying for that. But we've been paying for roads and bridges.
Well, we had Sully on yesterday to dive into this pretty good. And there's a good piece on My Northwest. They've been allocating funds to expansion of our transportation systems here in the state, whether it's a new floating bridge here or there, or new freeway on-ramps, off-ramps, all the different things we've done.
Sure.
And you've taken the maintenance portion of it and put those off.
Well, we still
year
have
after year after. We've got maintenance dedicated budget. We do.
We got a lot to
we have a lot of budget. Yeah.
Here's what we spent on maintenance. This is in the 2025-27 biennium. I actually have a good compare and contrast. So I guess we're spending a little time on Tacoma Bridge, Tacoma Narrows. We spend it's a good number, but it's not a ton actually when you think about it. For all bridge preservation and maintenance, we spend $1.19 billion for the 2025 through 27 biennium.
That doesn't go as far as it used to these days.
Well, just on Tacoma Narrows Bridge,
peak
volume, we have 120,000 vehicles using that daily.
That's a main arterial for a large portion of the state.
Here's a question. Do you know how much money we've allocated in 2026 for light rail?
Oh, I'm knowing you as I do, I'm going to guess it's more.
It's more.
And it's going to be to service a fraction of the amount of travelers?
Bingo.
Hey, see, that's why I love having you here.
$3.5 billion. Yeah. Now, this is the biennial budget, so that's every 2 years. Unless I'm reading this wrong, every 2 years they're going to spend $1.19 billion. So if my dumb math is correct, that's like $600 million a year?
Yeah. Good
call.
Yeah, you're getting good at this.
And then yearly for Sound Transit, it's $3.5 billion.
Yeah.
Serving a tiny sliver of a percentage of the people who use the rest of the stuff. Why are we wasting so much money? What if we move some of that Sound Transit dollars over to bridges so our bridges don't fall down? Wouldn't that be nice?
A lot of common sense in that point of view.
Doesn't seem crazy.
A lot of common sense.
I think that seems like a nice idea.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why we're not doing that. And why they've been collecting all this money if they're not fixing the bridges. Every time I see a bridge, they say, that bridge is 150 years old.
Right.
You go like, what?
That's usually the day after after it falls down, as they tell you how old it was. Usually.
Yes.
Right? But, road maintenance, transportation infrastructure investment is oftentimes sent to us from federal dollars and then matched by local dollars in most states' cases.
In Washington, they don't even nearly prioritize it that much. In Washington, federal dollars is $903 million. State funds for preservation, $286. They just don't care about roads.
Well, for maintenance. Again, we've got an expanding region, right? A population growth, one of the fastest growing cities.
Czar, or a troll, a bridge troll, whose job it is to take care of bridges. A bridge troll who just says, like, guys, I need to fight for my bridge dollars.
Well, it feels like we've got a bridge troll that's just chewing away at the understructure, so the undercarriages of all our bridges.
Seems that
way.
That's
we got the wrong kind of troll.
You know what's crazy,
we need a good troll.
I'm sitting in traffic this morning, and I'm watching as these ghost trains are going by. They're just empty, full of nobody. On these beautiful, what do they call those? Those beautiful, like, overpasses.
The elevated trestles?
The elevated trestles.
Yeah,
gorgeous. How much money are we spending on those?
Oh, quite a bit.
Tons of money. And yet,
much.
you literally can't even get on the Tacoma Narrows Bridge because there's so many people trying to get on, and it's tolled, so it's a revenue source, and they're having to shut down lanes because it's so used.
Well, it's not just so used. It's a life-threatening situation on the Narrows Bridge. It's unsafe.
Prioritize your money, Washington. Why are you doing that? Do we even have time to get into this parks thing? Did you guys talk about this yesterday? The Western
We did. We talked about it. We talked about how it seems that the state is cutting off resources to the local taxpayer.
Wild to me. This is wild.
And they're trying to make it painful. They're trying to make it in our face.
Trying to make it sting.
So they can. And it was deduced amongst the staff yesterday that it seems to be justification for needing even more money. We can't even afford to keep the parks open.
I did some more math. I don't like to do a lot of it, but when I do, I
play at free time at the ball game.
Yes, I had some free time
at the ball game. Working their scorecards. You're doing math.
They paused the game because some kid got his head hit. No, just kidding. He was fine. But I saw this story and I thought to myself,
doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
That's what I felt like when I saw that they were going to be cutting. It's one of my favorite clips of all time, by the way. When I saw they're going to be cutting these campgrounds, and I'm thinking to myself, like, they can't come up with, it's $4 million a year that they couldn't come up with.
Yeah, the $8 million.
It's $8 million for the next biennium. Yeah. And they're cutting all these campgrounds. They're going to stop bathrooms from being updated and cleaned.
Yeah,
all these different things. They're not going to have supplies.
Right, it's not just the four. And they said like about a month ago, they talked about 13 potential camp closures or trail closures.
Yep.
And that's always what they do. They said the same thing with schools. We're going to close 17. Oh, no, we're only going to close 2.
You don't give us more money.
And we're all going to close 2. It's not so bad. Same thing you did here.
Yes.
13 parks, just 4. And they picked the least used, kind of off the beaten track, if you will, parks to impact the least amount of citizenry.
They should have all parks wide open. What is Washington known for? Every time I see anything about Washington, it's always these beautiful evergreens in the parks.
Every time you say, well, why would people rather work here where they spend more in taxes? I say, well, the parks, trees, the trails.
Washington depicted in any pop culture reference, TV, movies, anything, they're always camping.
We're not the light rail state. We're the evergreen state.
We're the evergreen state.
Right.
Why are
we're
we
not the
cutting
parking garage
parks?
State? No, we're the evergreen state.
Here's what drives me crazy. Ferguson couldn't come up with $8 million, and this is the part that makes me feel like I'm taking crazy pills. He couldn't come up with $8 million to keep these parks open, and yet he could find $557.4 million in the next biennium to expand the Department of Revenue for this possible new income taxes, unconstitutional, by the way. Probably will get struck down. For money counters and infrastructure. $500 million he can find, but he can't find $8 million to keep parks open?
They wanted it to hurt. They wanted it to hurt.
Do you know what percentage of the $80 billion budget that is? You're really good at math, so I'll just tell the audience real fast.
$80 billion?
0.01%. It's a real clean little number. Yeah. It's as low as it goes. 0.01% of the budget is all he had to scrape together to keep the Washington State parks open. But he chose that. Like, you guys sound like you rightly found out here yesterday because it's the most painful thing that he could do.
It's in your face.
And instead, he wants taxes and he wants new tax people to collect more of your money. Then he would rather have you guys be able to enjoy the things that tax money goes to pay for.
Well, they're saying, why should we cover Republican tax cuts, which is what they cite? Why should we cover federal
Republican tax cuts?
Or not tax cuts, funding cuts? Why should we cover budget cuts from the federal government and make sure people don't feel that pain? Why should we take from other areas to cover their costs?
Who said that?
That's behind closed doors.
No, who said that?
I don't know. Behind closed doors. I'm saying that's the rationale.
How are federal dollars keeping parks closed?
Well, in an overall budget bucket, there's less federal money coming in. Now, they could keep all the parks open and just cut other resources.
How much federal money is not coming in?
I don't have the numbers in front of me.
Well, come on. I'd like to know them.
You don't think my point being, if there's a reduction in federal contributions to our Department of Natural Resources, right, then it's going to kind of cover those losses. and the public will never know about it. They want to give credit where credit is due and make it painful.
This is not on federal dollars. This is local bad decisions by local lawmakers who would rather invest $557 million.
It's not just the 4 parks that are closed, like you mentioned. There's going to be no maintenance of the rest areas, of the bathroom areas. There's going to be no trail maintenance. There's going to be one park employee for every 21 miles. Good luck falling, spraining an ankle.
These people, Spike, these people. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Luke Ducey's going to join us next. We'll talk about the update to that homeless authority.
King County Regional Homeless Authority.
Where'd the money go?
Are their days numbered?
They have now responded. We'll tell you their response next. Stick around.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO News Radio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app.
Here's a tale of Tina searching up and down for decent GLP-1s, but got spun around.
Till Good RX wrote in, hey, we got something new. GLP-1 prescriptions, all FDA approved.
Brand name meds, no flags that are red.
Clear pricing from the start. None of those hidden fees in your cart. Delivered
to your door or pick up same day. Darn tootin'.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
I put it to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy one Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Get it in the app. Participation may vary.
How does your roof look after this winter? Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Spring into action today. Save $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Gas prices are at record highs. Markets are volatile. And if you're retired or close to it, I know what you're thinking. Is my plan strong enough for what's coming? Most financial plans aren't built for times like these. They're built for the good times, and that's a problem. That's why one of the Northwest's best-known retirement attorneys, Rajiv Nagayach with LifePoint Law, is personally leading seminars where you'll learn why the planning you've already done may not be enough and what a real retirement plan looks like when your healthcare, housing, legal protection, and finances all work together. No sales pitch, no obligation, just 90 minutes that could change the way you think about your future and give you the peace of mind that you won't run out of money or become a burden on your family.
Attend a free LifePoint Law retirement seminar in Puyallup on May 5th, Federal Way on May 6th, Bellevue on May 7th, or Linwood on May 12th. Seminars begin at 6:30 p.m. Seats are limited, so register now at lifepointlaw.com. That's lifepointlaw.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep discounts. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Today, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission. Free delivery. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Holy smokes!
The On Cruise Adventures Rick Riz Show.
What happened at the ballpark yesterday?
Sparky's sitting on my scorebook here, my caddy.
Friday mornings at 8:15 on Seattle's Morning News.
John Curley here. You know a smart thing to do right now? Upgrade your cooling now with Home Comfort Alliance. Choose a Lennox cooling system and get a heating system free. Their 60-second online price estimator makes it so easy. Visit homecomfortalliance.com today.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. King County's election director is responding to news of a box of ballots found near a dumpster in Renton. Julie Weiss spoke to G and Ursula on KIRO News Radio. She says the Republican Party chair, who says he's concerned about potential fraud, has an agenda.
Representative Walsh knows my phone number, my email. He knows where I work. He knows where the elections office is, which happens to be just down the street from this PMB. If he really was concerned about democracy, I think that he would have absolutely got a hold of me.
She says the ballots appear to be unused. Federal and local law enforcement is investigating. Tensions flared more than once this week about a Seattle school principal. At a meeting Monday, Adams Elementary parents confronted Anitra Jones about allegations that she created a toxic environment at another school and that she discriminated against staff.
At Wednesday night's Seattle School Board meeting, Superintendent Ben Schuldner accused Adams Elementary School parents of racially insensitive behavior.
Things were being shouted in the audience to Anitra Jones, an award-winning principal, a black woman. You're speaking too slowly.
Parents like Mike Lind pushed back.
I'm disappointed in Superintendent Schuldner's interpretation of what the real issue was on Monday.
Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
The Times reports on Monday night's meeting, Jones either denied the allegations or declined comment. Well, it's a warning shot for Washington State. One of the world's largest credit rating agencies, Moody's, is signaling it may downgrade the state after lawmakers dipped into reserves, including the rainy day fund, to balance budgets. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports.
State leaders are being told the financial check engine light is on after Moody's is considering shifting Washington's outlook from stable to negative, a move that could raise interest rates on borrowing costs for state bonds. The issue is revenue is not keeping pace with spending after multiple years of multi-billion-dollar shortfalls. The latest budget pulls in about $1.2 billion from reserves to close the gap, while the millionaire's tax is not expected to generate revenue until 2029. Moody's warns that could leave the state less prepared for economic shocks. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
On Wall Street, the Dow down nearly 130, S&P 500 up 52, the NASDAQ up almost 380. And now your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by your Seattle Mariners. A reminder, we have a full closure of eastbound 18 over Tiger Mountain between Issaquah Hobart Road and I-90. This is through the weekend, opening early Monday morning. Crews are wrapping up paving and striping projects. So the detour route is Issaquah Hobart, and that is for passenger vehicles only, not big rigs. It is not designed for trucks and semis. Right now, Izzy Hobart is stop and go between 156th and I-90. It's northbound on the Maple Valley Highway, beginning to back up through Cedar Grove. And northbound 405 is bumper to bumper from South Center through the S-curves. In fact, South Center to Renton right now has a half-hour delay, taking around 45 minutes. If you're heading through downtown Seattle, plan on 35 minutes to get through on North 5 with scattered backup starting at Albro Place. And South 5 through JBLM, we've got a 3 to 4 mile bumper to bumper backup near the main gate. Randy Johnson Number Retirement Ceremony Night presented by T-Mobile is Saturday, May 2nd. Get your tickets at mariners.com. 62 and sunny today, 65 tomorrow, and tickling 70 on Sunday, mid-40s overnight. 59 and sunny right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
right, welcome back to the show. KIRO News Radio reporter extraordinaire Luke Ducey joins us now, and I said that so slowly so that I would have time to get his drop.
I am going to drop a deuce on everybody.
There he is.
Oh, yeah.
There he is. Luke Ducey joins us in studio for people who want to check him out. His haircut. Welcome, Luke.
In dire need of a haircut. This one's going to be a big dumper, I think.
Yeah?
I think, yeah.
Like Cal?
Yep, just like Cal.
Now we owe him 37 cents. Every time we use that, we owe him 37 cents.
Really?
Yes.
What? Okay, we're talking about the King County Regional Homeless Authority.
Yeah, there's new news today.
There's new news because they have a
They
response
found
now.
the money?
They found the money. Yeah, no.
Oh, dang it.
Is it okay?
They're not going to find the money. So
for,
later,
anybody who's unfamiliar with the story, can you take us back all the way to yesterday?
Sure,
when we
absolutely.
still thought they were squeaky clean and they were doing everything above board.
the King County Regional Homelessness Authority has been around for about 6 years, and they are a regional response to the homelessness crisis.
Or 8 years in their books. Just kidding.
They lost 2 years.
Who knows?
They can't find them.
So
good.
they've had several audits over the years done, and they knew that there were some challenges with keep record keeping and tracking things and spending money, keeping track of money going in and out.
Tough to do.
Except there was a forensic audit and the results just came out recently. And the big news in the last couple of days is things like the audit found $13 million missing. Poof, it's gone. Nobody knows where it is. The audit found that money was being mishandled, mismanaged. 84 whole accounts not labeled or labeled other or miscellaneous. They didn't keep track of cash advancements. They didn't use software at times. 2 different platforms to warn them about overspending another $45 million in the hole. So that's just like a small snapshot of just some of the things that this 39-page audit found. So that's where we are right now.
So how could it be that they could get to this point and that this, 6 years they've been going, this is public money, right? This is tax dollars that they're being sent. Why isn't this a yearly audit? Why isn't this the thing that every single, like when you and I and Spike, when we're all living our life, every single year, we have to go to the government and say, hey, government, we're required by law to tell you how much money we brought in. And somehow the government knows if we're lying or not, and we have to file it. And we all just did it recently. Why isn't King County Regional Homeless Authority doing something similar?
Yeah, Seattle City Councilor Maritza Rivera would agree with you. She said yesterday in a press conference at 10 a.m. where she announced, along with King County Councilmember Rod Dembowski, that they are now, they want to get rid of this agency altogether. She would agree that audits are great, is what she said in the press conference. To answer your question specifically, those are great answers for the agency. Perhaps they should answer those questions.
That would be great.
And they might do that today because at 3 o'clock today, and this is open to the public, showdown at the OK Corral here. In this case, it's the public library in downtown Seattle. They're going to have a public hearing portion of this meeting, but what they're going to do is there's a board meeting. The mayor of Seattle and the King County exec are also on this board. They'll be there as well, and they're going to be talking about the findings in the audit and what are the next steps. So the mayor and the King County exec kind of want to, and they put this out in a letter the other day along with the findings. They want to keep the KCRHA going.
Sure,
they don't want to get rid of it. But get this, this is very interesting on the agenda. They said that they will now be discussing around 3 o'clock today, possibly setting up a new finance committee to oversee.
What the heck of an idea? Who came up with that one?
Wait a minute. I have a drop for that too.
Yeah.
You guys are just killing me today on these drops.
Yeah.
All right. Say it again. They're going to do what?
They're going to be discussing whether or not to come up with a resolution to then form a new finance committee.
Genius, genius, genius.
Perfect.
I mean, how do you get 6 years in an organization? Some people say 8. How do you get 6 years in an organization and find yourself not just $44 million over budget because you're not even using software that's been paid for and put in place to help you monitor when you exceed limits. You have accounts listed under miscellaneous and other. 84 accounts, 83 accounts?
84 total.
Different accounts that aren't even in the buckets designated for how you spend your money. How do you get a system like this running for this long? And again, there's no finance committee.
Yeah.
There's no oversight of how this money comes and goes. There are so many things that have been done wrong in the 6 years. And to be fair, you know me, I love to play the other side. You had to build this from scratch. You had to put a lot of money into place to finding what was needed to be done, what are the best mechanisms to get these projects and these goals accomplished. All that takes some effort, some finance. You got to build the system that you need to work. But there's no way that this thing gets to run off the rails to the tune of $44 million over budget. The fact that it's not providing the services we're paying for, and how do you just misplace? We can't even account for $14 million.
Here's a question, too. What happens to all those accounts? You said there's 84 accounts?
Well, there were 84 accounts that just were mislabeled. They just kind of weren't labeled.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound a little fraudy to you guys? Doesn't that sound a little bit like stealing?
I'm glad you brought that up, because yesterday they made the statement that there are no indication.
And since I have
Except
been
for
covering
the millions of missing dollars.
That's what I thought.
And since I've been covering this story, I've been getting a lot of questions on social media about this. The first thing my wife said to me when I heard your story, why isn't anyone being held accountable? Or who is going to be held accountable?
Someone to go to
Why
jail.
isn't anyone in jail?
Yes.
Why aren't they behind bars right now? Well, I can find the soundbite as well, but Dembowski said the audit found no evidence, in quotation marks, of fraud, which means that they just didn't find any evidence. It doesn't mean that there wasn't fraud.
Right,
however,
yet. Can we use the word yet?
Yet. However, he said, you can't. It's going to be near impossible to retrace and go dive down into trying to follow the money and what you would do because the mess is so messy.
They didn't keep records.
The mess is so messy that you can't even tell.
There's so many hogs at the trough. How do you know who ate?
You can't even tell. Here's something interesting.
A bunch of pigs.
It's a longer soundbite, but here's what he said about. He and Council Member Rivera, and we asked him today, he was in our studio, and we asked him again, hey, are you picking up any momentum here? And he said, yeah, I think we are, about just, forget the finance committee that they might want to form. Forget the meeting today. We got to get rid of this whole thing.
They say that the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And the King County Regional Homelessness Authority was set up 6 years ago with the best of intentions. But the tool that was set up has been given more chances than it deserves at this point, and it has failed again and again and again.
So I think to your point, I think a lot of people want action, but it sounds like instead the board today is going to have a meeting about possibly coming up with a meeting about a resolution and meetings, and then if they pass the resolution, that will lead to a committee where they will have more meetings.
This is exactly why people are so tough. Like anytime you talk about just like bureaucracy, this is the most dangerous part. This is why bureaucracy is the worst thing in the world, and this is why governments are the worst, and this is why Washington finds itself in. Washington is $2 billion in debt. Washington can honestly, you do an audit of everything that they're doing in Washington State right now, and tell me they're not going to come up with similar missing dollars. There's nobody accountable. Nobody's held accountable.
Well, yet. And I keep saying that's going to be a big word in this sentence. I honestly believe if they disband the King County Regional Homeless Authority, it's not going to be the end of the story. There's going to be investigations into what did, who did, where did, what went.
I wonder if they want to disband
you can't just shake the Etch-a-Sketch
so that it goes away. I think they want to say, hey, listen, we could keep scratching at that, but it's already gone away.
There was talk yesterday they're going to have to just write that off as a loss. Like $8 million of it. Just write it off.
They might have to.
My question is they can put that money into camping.
You got to find it. How are you going to
put it into camping?
I got that number for you, by the way.
This is what the KCRHA said ahead of their meeting today. They said the focus should be on strengthening the regional system, not abandoning it. The KCRHA coordinates services for tens of thousands of people across the region, rating federal, state, and local funding. The audit identifies areas that need improvement, and we are actively addressing them. Disrupting the system would not solve those issues. Improving it will.
You know what they need is a finance committee.
That's a great idea.
Have you mentioned that to anybody else?
Thought of that. Super smart.
We laugh so we don't cry, people.
Also, somebody should go to jail. I'd like to see somebody.
If there were crimes were committed, and it sure looks like there may have been.
And firings. Can we get some people fired?
You would think there would at least be that.
At least firings. Okay. Can I make a really horrible prediction?
Sure.
No firings. Nobody goes to jail. Isn't that horrible? That's my prediction.
I hope you're wrong, but I think you might be right.
I might be right.
But I hope you're wrong, but I think you might be right.
We'll see. Luke Ducey, you're the best. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Next.
Have you seen this story about the salmon?
Did you guys do this yesterday?
No. We saved this one for you, buddy. Okay. I didn't have the heart to do this without you.
There's a new study on salmon and how fast they swim when they are hooked on what? And we will tell you about it next.
It's a great deal.
Stick around. Be right back.
The John Curley Show.
If by like the 15th of October rolls around and suddenly there's a bolt of lightning and I croak out right there, I'm fine.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
My dream of growing a giant pumpkin is just a couple of months away. I know somebody who knows somebody who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows someone who got me the seed, the 1,500-pounder, baby. It's in a secret location. I don't want to say where it is.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
The action is fierce, the energy is over the top, and it's a night you don't want to miss. It's Excite Fight Live MMA at Muckleshoot Casino Resort on Saturday, May 23rd at 7 p.m. See a full night of incredible combat when MMA fighters face off in the cage and turn the excitement all the way up. Get your tickets now at muckleshootcasino.com.
Gas prices keep climbing, but the cost to drive doesn't have to. At Subaru of Puyallup, fuel-efficient models help you go farther on every tank with the confidence of all-wheel drive. From the all-electric Solterra to the Forester Hybrid with up to 35 miles per gallon, your stress-free shopping experience starts at Subaru of Puyallup. For stress-free pricing, a huge selection, and all the current pricing and financing specials, visit SubaruofPuyallup.com, your stress-free dealership, part of the Harnish Auto family.
Sometimes injuries can happen when you least expect them.
What broke my shoulder was reaching for my phone. I was trying to get the phone away from my cat.
That's how Heather tore her rotator cuff.
There was that hope. I was like, maybe this will heal on its own. And I waited a little bit, and it was not getting better.
She just couldn't take the pain anymore, so she saw Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
By the next day, my shoulder was already doing better. I have my arm back again, which was just wonderful.
Seems like she made the right choice.
I'm so glad I didn't do surgery.
So whether it's a hip like mine or a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. He's the most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
I said to him at our last appointment, I was like, you better not retire because I want to know if anything else goes wrong with my body. You're there to be able to fix it because he's a miracle worker.
I just can't dig it.
Dig what?
My water line.
Needs replacing?
And I don't want digging in my yard.
And maybe your driveway.
Can't dig it.
Don't dig it.
But how do you?
Apollo Plumbing replaces water lines without digging up your yard.
You're Dan.
From the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Apollo Plumbing.
Our trenchless technology replaces water and sewer lines.
Without digging up my yard?
2 little holes is all it takes.
Sounds better.
Faster, too.
And my yard?
Like we were never there.
Sounds spendy.
Not so much.
Oh?
In the end, about the same as that messy digging you don't want.
How do you figure?
Think about that landscaping you love.
Yeah?
Trenchless means you won't be paying to replace it.
Or my driveway.
We run everything underground.
Trenchless?
Do them all the time.
How about...
Easy payments?
Yeah.
With approved credit. Sure thing.
When can you get started?
We are the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Love that.
Apollo Plumbing, trenchless waterline replacement.
Sewer lines, too.
Can you dig that?
That I can.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Looking for lumber with a story? Then you've got to check out the new Earthwise Salvage Lumber Warehouse in Soto. Be the first to get your hands on reclaimed lumber with original character and local history. Their warehouse is packed with new inventory now. But when this wood is gone, it's gone. So act fast. Come visit the Salvage Lumber Warehouse for the grand opening on May 2nd from 11 to 3 in Soto. And remember, this lumber is harvested from structures, not forests. Find them at ewsalvage.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
Advanced Hair Restoration, the simple one-day hair loss solution that's guaranteed to regrow your own natural hair. AdvancedHair.com. AdvancedHair.com.
Get new Lake Washington windows and doors with a lifetime transferable warranty installed this year, and don't pay for them until next year. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com, a name you can trust.
All right, welcome back to the show. This is the story's tailor-made for us, Spike. This is just a perfect story for our show.
Well, this is what I call an indicator story.
What does that mean?
Well, you know how you hear about an indicator species in the wild? If the
what does that mean?
If the Bulgarian tree frog disappears, we know that means
like
an indicator species,
a
right?
bird in the mine,
the coal mine, canary in the coal mine.
Canary in the coal mine.
We know there's a larger problem with regard to the environment.
Yes,
this story is an indicator story.
This is a crazy.
Because on the surface, no pun intended, this seems redonkulous.
This does. Yeah.
Okay. What they found was that first off, you got to go back to 2023 when they dictated worldwide an increase in cocaine use, recreational cocaine use.
Yeah, a lot of drugs.
And what they found was that, and how you often find that, we've seen this story numerous times, when there's increased drug use, it falls into the sewer system because humans use the drugs and then you whiz
During
it out.
the height of COVID, they would often test for how big of the population had gotten COVID
by the sewer system.
By the sewer. Can you imagine that job? They're like, hey, Henry, your job today is you got to go test the fecal matter.
It's a union job, though,
That's
buddy.
not fun.
Plenty of off time, good vacation, nice pension. You're willing to put up with a lot.
Fudge some of those numbers.
Right.
Everybody's got COVID. I want to get out of here.
Well, here's what they found: that these high levels of cocaine residue, if you will, in the river
cocaine
system, in the water system,
streams and lakes.
Yeah, they found that it was causing. It had an effect, a systemic effect on wild salmon. And so they saw that the salmon in these rivers that
really
were polluted, wild salmon, they found that they were swimming faster and going further. And they wanted to test this series, so they took some salmon, and they gave some of them cocaine, and then measured how fast they swam and how far they swam.
How do you even get a salmon to sniff anything?
You just put it in the water. You put it in the water.
Oh, because
mix it up. Yeah,
got it.
Yeah. So what? And that seems like, why would you care if a salmon is doing cocaine or a salmon is on the effects of cocaine in the water system?
You care about them. You want to make good life choices.
No, but there's a bigger reason. Because what they're finding is that because you were talking about commercial fishing in the wild for these salmon.
Yeah.
You have to know where they're going to be and where they're at. And if they're here on the 7th, they're down here on the 9th for purposes of
migratory
harvesting.
patterns.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So if you drop your nets and the cocained up salmon are 20 miles downstream already, you missed the whole lot.
Because they're swimming farther and faster, according to the story, because they just don't quit.
Exactly.
They just keep going.
So the benefit
of the benefit
is because it seems crazy, right? That you would give salmon cocaine to see if they swim faster. Because first off, duh.
Yeah.
Of course they're going to swim faster.
Sure.
But what it shows is that social drug use isn't just a human. There's not just a human element, a societal element to it. There's also a ecological and a fiscal, or like an economic and ecological impacts of drug use.
And also, then who wants to even catch a coked up salmon? That's not going to be good to eat. I'm worried about. I can't even eat.
Quality
my
of your
wife
fish.
won't even let me eat so many foods now because she's worried about microplastics. I haven't even told her about the coked up salmon.
Well, so I was thinking about that too. So is wild salmon now less attractive than farm salmon? At least with farm salmon, they're living clean.
That might be true,
right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you'd think so. Because they can't get it. In the wild, they can get all the stuff in the wild. And there's all the
things that we're putting in the water.
Gross,
right? There's a study in the Bahamas. They studied sharks in the Bahamas. Sharks in the Bahamas have shown societal systemic traits for the shark cultures of was it cocaine?
Here's a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you rather run into, let's say you're swimming away out in the Sound, wherever you have these two types of species. You're swimming away. You can bump into a coked up salmon or a coked up shark.
Oh, it gets worse. I found the results. Sharks in the Bahamas are being affected by large quantities of caffeine, painkillers, and cocaine.
What's going on in these shark lives?
What's going on in the Bahamas?
They're turning into this stuff.
No, the people in the Bahamas are doing this, and the sharks are just swimming in the water they think should be clean, and it should be clean. They expect it to be clean.
And why are they throwing all this stuff in the water?
They're not throwing it in the water. They're whizzing.
Oh,
people in the Bahamas are doing cocaine, painkillers, and caffeine. And then when they use the restroom,
and it's in such massive quantities that you're getting the sharks
right.
high.
You thought sharks were dangerous before.
Oh,
now they're hopped on cocaine, painkillers, and caffeine.
That is horrible. That's horrible. Well, I hope that these sharks get clean somehow, and they turn their lives around. And I hope that they slow down a little bit.
Or if not, let the people doing all the drugs. Let's encourage them to go swimming. That's the problem. Takes care of itself.
There you go. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
What if the biggest risk to your retirement isn't your investments? It's retiring without a plan for your life. Most people are told the same story. Save enough, invest wisely, and everything will work out. But no one really explains what happens when the paycheck stops and your identity and daily life changes overnight. Brian Evans and Dr. Richard Himmer, partners at Madrona Financial and CPAs, are hosting a live webinar called Beyond the Numbers, the conversation your advisor should be having with you. In this session, they'll walk through the financial side, income, taxes, and investment strategy, and the human side of retirement. How to design a life your money is meant to support. Because no single product solves retirement, and no financial plan works without a clear vision for your life. The next event is April 21st at 6:30 p.m. To register, visit madronafinancial.com/events or call 833-673-7373. And be sure to catch Growing Your Wealth, Saturdays at 9 a.m.
Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep, deep discounts. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Today, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission. Free delivery. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Gas prices are at record highs. Markets are volatile. And if you're retired or close to it, I know what you're thinking. Is my plan strong enough for what's coming? Most financial plans aren't built for times like these. They're built for the good times, and that's a problem. That's why one of the Northwest's best-known retirement attorneys, Rajiv Nagayach with LifePoint Law, is personally leading seminars where you'll learn why the planning you've already done may not be enough and what a real retirement plan looks like when your healthcare, housing, legal protection, and finances all work together. No sales pitch, no obligation, just 90 minutes that could change the way you think about your future and give you the peace of mind that you won't run out of money or become a burden on your family.
Attend a free LifePoint Law retirement seminar in Puyallup on May 5th, Federal Way on May 6th, Bellevue on May 7th, or Linwood on May 12th. Seminars begin at 6:30 p.m. Seats are limited, so register now at lifepointlaw.com. That's lifepointlaw.com.
If you're over 62 and feel squeezed by rising monthly bills, listen carefully. I'm Steve Teitler, owner of Best Mortgage. Every week I talk with seniors who love their home, want to stay in it, but feel more financial pressure every month. Property taxes are adding up. Insurance is up. Everyday bills are up, and for some, they still have a mortgage payment on top of all of that. Are you worried about outliving your savings? A reverse mortgage could help by eliminating your mortgage payment, paying off debt, and giving you breathing room every month. Now, let me be clear, it's not right for everyone. But for the right person, it can be a powerful tool. When you call Best Mortgage for a free consultation, you'll talk directly with me. I'll explain your options and tell you honestly if it makes sense for your situation. If you're 62 or older and want straight answers about staying in your home with less financial stress, call me today, 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage. Honest advice you can trust. 425-649-6000.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. Try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by DEA Take Back Day.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Georgia's governor says one of the wildfires raging in the southern part of his state was caused by a balloon hitting a power line. CBS's Allison Keyes.
Georgia Governor Brian Kemp says there's no way to stop a fire in Brantley County, where evacuations are being ordered almost daily.
The Pineland Fire and the Highway 82 fire ranked number 1 and 2 in the country.
He mentioned his wife, Marty.
We've got to get her not only her pray shirt, but a pray for rain shirt.
Fire officials say strong rains are needed to put the blazes out. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
In Florida, the Nassau County Sheriff's Office says that a volunteer firefighter suffered an unspecified medical emergency while suppressing a brush fire. And envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are heading to Pakistan for new Iran peace talks. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
We've certainly seen some progress from the Iranian side in the last couple of days. Again, the president has made the decision to send Steve and Jared to hear the Iranians out.
The remains of Zamil Limon, one of the 2 missing University of South Florida doctoral students, has been found on a bridge in Tampa. Limon's roommate was taken into custody after a barricade situation this morning. Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office Chief Deputy Joseph Maurer.
Commands were continued to give to the suspect. He did not respond, nor did he come out. At that time, SWAT was activated.
U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro says federal prosecutors are ending their criminal probe into Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, clearing a key obstacle for the confirmation of President Trump's pick of Kevin Warsh to take over as Fed chair. CBS's Jake Rosen.
Pirro wrote that if any information comes to light, she would, quote, not hesitate to restart a criminal investigation should the facts warrant doing so.
Google is investing billions of dollars in AI. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
Google is investing $40 billion in Anthropic, $10 billion today at Anthropic's current valuation, with future investments of $30 billion contingent upon meeting certain performance milestones.
A federal appeals court has upheld a Wisconsin man's prison sentence in a bizarre identity theft case.
In 1988, Matthew Kieran stole his coworker William Wood's wallet and used Wood's social security card to get a new driver's license. Kieran's assumed Wood's identity as he got married, had a child, and opened bank accounts. When Woods tried to reclaim his identity in 2019, Kieran's convinced police that Woods was the imposter. Woods spent almost 2 years in jail and a mental hospital before DNA evidence 3 years ago finally proved he was the real William Woods. The appeals court rejected Kieran's argument that his 12-year prison sentence was too harsh. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Stocks closed mixed on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, April 25th. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com.
Costco issues a recall. The full story straight ahead, but first your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. Let's start you with our full closure eastbound 18 over Tiger Mountain between Issaquah Hobart Road and I-90. This is with us through early Monday morning as crews wrap up their paving projects. The detour route is Issaquah Hobart, and that road is for passenger vehicles only, not big rigs. Trucks and semis need to stick with 405 and I-90. And right now, Izzy Hobart is stop and go between May Valley Road and I-90, about a 4-mile backup. Northbound 405, you're bumper to bumper from South Center through the S-curves, and South Center to Bellevue is taking 45 minutes. That's a 25-minute delay. Here in Seattle, North 5, we've got scattered backups starting between Albro Place all the way up to the Ship Canal Bridge. We're up to 40 minutes to clear downtown Seattle. And South 5 through JBLM, we've got about a 4-mile bumper-to-bumper backup through the main gate area. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Costco is recalling heated socks. These are the 32 degrees heated socks. They have a rechargeable battery pack and provide electric heat to your feet. More than 200,000 were sold nationwide, according to the Consumer Product Safety Commission. People who wear them during high-intensity activities that cause a combination of friction, moisture, or pressure can risk severe burns. 14 people found that out the hard way. The socks were sold online and in stores between August 2025 and March of 2026. Seattle police investigated a serious auto-pedestrian collision on Capitol Hill this morning. A 70-year-old female construction flagger was hit just before 11 a.m. near Broadway and East Pine. SPD Detective Eric Munoz.
She was struck by a dump truck. She was taken to Harborview Medical Center. She is in serious but stable condition.
Munoz says the truck driver stopped and is cooperating. The incident is being investigated as a traffic collision rather than anything criminal. Scammers have been targeting people in Bothell who applied for building permits. Police tell KIRO 7 TV they've heard about scams calling and asking for money to help get applications approved faster.
And while this certainly does seem like a unique approach, these phishing scam perpetrators have launched all sorts of new attacks. AI has been a tool that they've been using more to their advantage lately.
If you get a call from a government agency asking for money, you should verify it by calling that department directly. Later today, taxpayers will get their chance to let the King County Regional Homelessness Authority know how they feel after a new audit revealed the agency lost track of $13 million. The agency's board is holding a board meeting this afternoon to respond to those audit findings and discuss what to do next. At a press conference at City Hall yesterday, King County Council member Rod Dembowski announced he's drafting legislation to get rid of the agency.
The tool that was set up has been given more chances than it deserves at this point, and it has failed again and again and again.
The agency now also has a $45 million budget shortfall. And now check on your KIRO News Radio weather. A nice weekend ahead with mostly sunny skies. Temps near 70 Sunday, 62 for our high this afternoon. Sun and 60 right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. We got a lot of show left, so you guys can participate by hitting us up on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. We're going to be doing Friday favorites 1 hour from now. Don't miss it. We had a lot of great stuff this week on the show, and it's our opportunity to kind of look back and see what we really liked. Each of us, we can have some fun doing that.
And share it with a portion audience that may have missed it the first time around.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, just a little taste. Maybe a taste. Just like those coked up salmon from the last segment of what to expect from the show.
But it moves fast.
And it moves fast. And we don't stop.
I don't want you to miss it.
And we're just going to do one more, and that's all we're going to do, and then we're done with it. Done.
Then we're going to go right to work.
Yes. In fact, our work is getting better, so I don't know why we quit. Quit bugging me to quit.
Oh, you're flashing me back.
I hope not.
Sorry. No, the 80s were a blur.
Did you do a lot of swimming in rivers and lakes?
I did. I swam with a lot of salmon in the 80s. That's a euphemism I'll stick to from here on out.
That's funny.
Did my share of runs.
I certainly did my share of
fish
water
ladders
stuff.
I jumped my share of fish ladders.
A lot of the old water candy.
Yeah, I'm not saying I was hooked. Thank you very much. We're here all week. Try the veal.
This will not be part of Friday favorites, I promise. All right, we got a lot of stuff to get to. Also, go check out. I wrote an article today. I was really annoyed. I'm so annoyed by this. The Washington cutting the camping funds.
Yeah.
The $8 million for camping. It's 0.01% of the budget, and they couldn't find $8 million. $80 billion budget. They couldn't find $8 million over the next 2 years. It's infuriating, but they do have money to hire 300 new tax agents and staffs and infrastructure. It's crazy talk.
Well, again, and we talked about it pretty extensively.
MyNorthwest.com. Check out
Aaron Granillo had a nice piece about it on My Northwest, as well as your editorial.
Well, mine
yours is an editorial.
Mine's an editorial, and it adds in the hypocrisy of hiring all these, spending $500 million on new tax staff to expand that, and taking money away from parks and campgrounds and really the crown jewel of what Washington State is, which is its beautiful landscape.
Remember when I said that part of that was in response to federal funding cuts?
Yes, we brought this up earlier. We haven't had a chance to come back to this.
Well, the federal budget, the Trump administration particularly, cut $200 million from Washington State's funding for wildfire mitigation.
Okay.
And so the state has to then find a way to cover that deficit for wildfires. And they can't just not fund wildfire maintenance or fighting.
Sure.
So that's when you talk about coming up short in your budget with regard to the Department of Natural Resources.
$200 million.
Yeah,
what percentage of $80 billion is that?
I'm not playing that game.
No,
I'm with you.
I want to play the game. We're spending how much time talking about federal dollars? $200 million in this case.
Yeah.
$80 billion in local funding. So what percentage is that? That's got to be 0.18%.
Did you do that before in your head? That's pretty good.
No, but something like that.
My point being, I understand there's a huge budget, and it's a small portion of the budget. But when your budget has delegated funds for the Department of Natural Resources,
okay,
and that a huge chunk comes out of that, and you still got to use money. I know it's a small percentage of the overall budget, but you still got to dedicate money to natural resources and fire maintenance. So you're short $200 million. You got to make funds. You cut somewhere. You make it $8 million in parks.
But you don't have to. You don't have to cut any from parks. If 99.8% of the rest of the budget is still there, then why don't you just?
Well, maybe they cut it from bridge maintenance. So
no. I wouldn't do that bridge maintenance either.
Okay, well, maybe they cut it from.
I wouldn't spend, as I mentioned in the article, I wouldn't spend $600 million on new tax agents, for instance. These are additional to what we already have. I wouldn't spend $600 million on more Department of Revenue infrastructure and employees. That's not what I would do.
That's fair.
And that would fix all of our problems that are taken away from federal funds that aren't showing up in Washington State.
So you're for tax evasion then? You're pro tax evasion.
No. Before this biennium, we have the Department of Revenue currently fully funded to the extent that we need it.
But now we've got a new revenue stream.
Not for 3 years.
With high-end earners.
Not for 3 years.
You got to build the system, put the people in place.
Okay, so for 3 years, you're going to spend $600 million?
I don't know. You got to feed those people. You got to cater a few lunches. Got to pick up.
Why do you got to feed those people?
I'm kidding you. I'm being facetious.
It drives me crazy.
I know it does, buddy, and I love your passion. I love that you care so much.
Well, it's your money. It's your money. I don't understand why you're not passionate about it.
I'm not happy about it. I'm passionate about it.
Don't you like parks?
I love parks.
Do you like parks or lawyers and agents? What do you want more of?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
I mean, it's an easy question because that's what's being asked of us, and it drives me crazy that we're supposed to sit here and go like, let's talk about federal dollars that are coming. Like, whatever, that happened. That's fine. But it's such a minuscule, tiny, tiny, tiny little percentage of what Washington State is spending that it doesn't feel like it shouldn't even be part of the conversation. And yet they're trying to say it's the entire thing. That's the only reason, because we're not getting these federal dollars.
That's not what they said. That's not what they said. But you asked me where the deficit came from. Why did they have to cut $120 million they had dedicated to wildfire?
It's not federal dollars. Because federal dollars don't add up to the $2.5 billion that they're already in the hole on the $80 billion.
But they've already of that money they dedicate. I don't mean to get down a rabbit hole on this particular topic, but of that money
we live in rabbit holes.
They had dedicated $120 million to fight wildfires.
Okay,
right, and then the federal government took $200 million out of that budget.
Okay,
beyond what they already delegated or allocated to fight wildfires.
Okay,
so now they got to keep fighting wildfires. They got to find that money somewhere.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to find it from somewhere. You found it from the Parks Department. You closed 4 different parks. You eliminated some maintenance.
Here's the problem. I agree with you that the priority should be roads, keeping people safe, all of those things.
And wildfire mitigation is paramount to safety.
Wildfire, all that stuff. Yeah. Keep people from burning up, all of that stuff. But if you were to go through the line items of the government's budget in Washington State, I guarantee you we could find, you and me, in about 5 minutes, ridiculous programs that don't need to be there, that they are prioritizing, saying have to be there, and instead they're cutting things like parks. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm agreeing with you. It's ridiculous. But they do, and again, they do that because that's what's in people's faces. They want us to feel the pain.
We agree on why they're doing it.
They want us to feel the pain.
But the idea that they're selling it because it's federal dollars that are being taken away and not instead their stupid mismanagement of our funds, it takes all of the pressure off of them. They could say like, oh, well, just Trump. This is the federal dollars. That's why we have to do this to you guys. To say nothing of the fact that just last year, Bob Ferguson had the largest tax increase in history, not Trump-related, but because he said, hey, so much so that Moody's, perfect segue into our first story, Moody's is saying they're going to possibly downgrade Washington's credit rating.
Yeah, they're firing a warning shot.
Washington State is dead last, 50 out of 50 when it comes to state revenues and rainy day funds.
We've burned up our rainy day fund. Yeah,
These people don't know anything about finances. They just don't. Why can't they hire somebody who has run a business who will lose their business if they don't have a healthy bottom line? Why can't they hire somebody like that? It's all bureaucrats. It's all like lifetime politicians. Doesn't that drive you nuts? You've lived in Washington for what, 30 years?
37.
37 years.
Yeah. Still not a local. Ask my wife.
It's very expensive here. Everything's very expensive. Yeah. We spend more on Washington than almost anything else. And yet, look at the results.
You know why it's worth it? Because of the parks. So I brought that
back
for comedic
relief. At least we've got the campgrounds.
Well maintained. Clean bathrooms. Plenty of rangers.
Gosh. So this story, Seattle Times has this piece. Everybody's talking about it, though. But Washington State, Moody's has threatened Washington State with a downgrading of their credit rating. Now, that's a problem because they're not able to borrow at the same amount that they currently are borrowing at interest rate-wise.
Exactly.
They're going to pay more in interest.
Exactly.
Local school districts, things like that. Yep. Because they don't have a healthy Moody's rating, they're not or credit rating, they're not able to also borrow for projects that they want to do.
Like bond issues, all those things. Yeah.
And now Moody's is saying like, hey, we could actually we could downgrade you. You're not a safe bet. And this has all sorts of other implications that drive me nuts. Listen to some of these comparables. All right, at 8.4%, Washington State has the lowest percentage of total financial reserves to tax revenues of any state in the country. Think about that. All the money that Washington State brings in. We have the lowest financial reserves to tax revenue. For comparison, so we have about 12 days where the government could run if they don't bring any more money in. 12 days right now at 8.4%. But according to the Seattle Times story, they think that number is actually going to dwindle down to just 1.4%, which is going to be what? A day?
Yeah, but no, less than that. Less than that.
3/4 of a day?
Yeah. Lunchtime. A morning. Morning.
Here's where other states are at. In Washington, here's what I would do if I was governor of Washington. First, I would fire everybody who works for current governor of Washington in the financial services. And I would say, guys, send people to Idaho, send people to Oregon, send people to Montana, find out what they're doing, and come back to me with their best practices because they're doing something that we can't figure out here in Washington. I just don't understand that. Are you looking at the numbers?
I'm looking at the numbers, but what they're doing is they're having less citizenry. What they're doing is smaller populations.
You think that's the reason why?
I think it's one of the reasons.
Montana,
it's a contributing factor.
Here's Montana's percentage of, here's their rainy day percentage, 37.3%. Mm-hmm. Idaho's is 46.7%. Oregon's is 31.5%. Do you know what else they don't have with a smaller population?
What?
They don't bring in as much taxes. They live within their means. And that's what Moody's is saying. Show us you can live within your means. With our population.
Oh, I'm not going to argue against their decision here and their warning shot. They're right.
In the last 10 years, Washington's budget has increased what percentage? And I know you know this.
Right?
It's doubled, 100%.
Yeah.
Our population has grown by how much?
It's probably about 15, 20% at the most.
It's grown by a fraction of that.
Yeah.
Yes. And yet, we've doubled our spending.
I hear you.
So it's not population.
Well, it's a factor.
You just said it was population.
That's a factor. It's a factor. There's more people to serve.
The first thing you brought up, you said population. I'm saying it's not population.
I said it's a factor. And it is a factor. Of course, it's a factor, as well as the cost of construction, as well as the cost of materials, as well as the cost of labor, all the things that it takes to run a state and provide services, not just for social services like welfare or food assistance, all those things.
Sure.
Services like transportation, like construction, like improvements, all the things.
How's that going in our state?
Well, they all contribute
Are we knocking it out of the park on those things?
Well, I'm not saying we are, but I'm saying they're contributing factors to why the state finds itself in such financial pickle that Idaho or Montana or Wyoming may not have.
Why is it that, and I'm not asking you to answer these questions. These are just things floating around in my head. It just drives me nuts.
Well, when a mommy and daddy fall in love.
I need a soundbite here. Here's the soundbite I need to play.
You're good. Come on, man.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Okay. Washington State. We have tolls.
Yeah, sure.
We collect a lot of money.
We do, yeah.
Got them on our bridges. We got them on our roads.
More every day.
About more every day.
Yeah, and they beyond the expectation fees. They promise when they sell it to us.
Yep.
You bet. Yeah.
And what do we rank as far as healthy roads in ours in 50 states? Do you know what we rank?
40. I'm going to be generous. 48th.
I think we're 48th.
Yeah.
Good guess.
Yeah.
48th. Oregon doesn't collect any tolls.
Wait, number farm out there, man. What are you going to do?
You been to Portland?
Yeah. Well, Portland's the only place in Oregon that's got any kind of population whatsoever.
Isn't it wild to you though that Portland doesn't collect any tolls? It's just they said no. We don't want to mess with our people. We won't do it. In fact, they had to have special legislation just so they can have that new bridge, interstate bridge. Yeah. Washington State says, we're going to toll that thing. Right now it's not tolled. Washington State
twice.
says, we're going to toll that asset.
We're going to toll you to get on. We're going to toll you to get off.
And then Oregon said, well, we don't do that. And so they said, well, you got to go to a special legislation to get approval to do this because we're tolling it.
Yeah.
And Oregon didn't want to put that on their citizens, but now they're going to have to do that just on that one bridge that crosses over into Oregon a little bit, but nowhere else. But Washington does this to all of our roads, and we still can't come up with the money. So I don't think it's population, and I don't think it's for lack of funding because it's all doubled in the last 10 years, except for the population. It's because the people who are in charge are prioritizing very poorly. And Moody's has recognized it. Now Moody's is saying, you guys have a year to prove to us that you're not a bad bet. And if you can't prove it, if you can't stay within your means.
Let's put our guesses in a sealed envelope from a year from today.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think Washington corrects the errors of their way, course corrects, turns the ship around?
You don't need an envelope to hide my vote. It's just the whole thing. It drives me crazy. And then for local businesses too, that hurts local businesses because if their credit rating lowers and they're not as able to borrow at the same rate, now they're more in debt, and now they have to raise taxes to make up for the debt that they're going to be in more of.
It's a dog chasing its tail.
It's a cycle. They call it a doom
loop.
Doom loop.
Yeah.
And then local businesses or businesses outside of Washington who are considering possibly thinking about coming into Washington, although I don't know if they would even do that now given this new income tax they're talking about implementing. Those businesses go like, well, what's the long-term financial health of that state? Is that a place where we can actually think about investing money? And they go, yeah, forget it. No, thank you.
Our school's going to be able to be funded if we start a business here and bring a bunch of employees into Washington State.
Yeah.
Are these potential employees going to have good schools for their kids? Probably not, because schools can't get bonds.
Schools can't get bonds.
Because the Moody's is increasing our interest, downgrading our credit score.
It all flows downhill. Yeah. It's all political leadership.
It flows circularly down the bowl.
Doom circle. There you go. Oh, my gosh, Spike. It's enough to make you just want to pull your hair out. I wouldn't, because I want to keep as much as I can, but it's enough to make you want to pull your hair out. Should we talk about this real fast? Sure. Attorney General. Did you see this post about the Attorney General is trying to fight? I thought, man, this is great. They're trying to fight against
the increase of the natural gas prices?
Energy price increases. Mm-hmm. He posted this. He says, if you live in Vancouver area, you may be impacted by the Northwest Naturals. It's an energy company. I think it's natural gas, right? Northwest Naturals plan to raise utility rates by 19% in August.
Yeah.
The AG's office is fighting these rate increases in front of the Utilities and Transportation Commission. If you want to weigh in on this rate increase, join the UTC's public meeting on April 3rd at 6 p.m.
April 30th.
April 30th. What do you think of that? Noble fight?
Well, that's what the AG's job is to fight for the citizenry of Washington.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a utility company that wants to pass their additional cost of doing business onto their customer base.
Yeah.
By the way, a utility company that has paid out dividends to their shareholders and shown profits quarter after quarter after quarter after quarter.
In business.
I got nothing against profits, but the AG's point is, at what point is enough profit when it's all coming on the backs of the citizenry, the customer base? I mean, part of doing business is incurring the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
So this company, this natural gas provider for Southwest Washington, which, by the way, has a monopoly. That's part of this factor.
Who gave them the monopoly?
The state of Washington. It doesn't matter who gave them the monopoly.
Well, Washington did.
They have a monopoly.
Okay.
And there's an increased cost of doing business.
Which comes from where?
Natural gas demand around the planet has increased.
Well, no, the climate, in this case, directly, they said
a portion comes from climate, from the CCA.
So they said, and they showed a tax bill.
Okay.
They said, hey, here's how much it's going to raise from the CCA.
If it's coming from the CCA,
they said, we're going to raise the cost per month, and then they showed a tax bill, and they said, here's what's going to cost this month, here's next month.
So you're all for it? You're all for letting them raise the cost of doing business and pass that directly on to...
No, because I want the CCA shut down. I'm not for them raising their costs, and I'm not for the CCA going forward. If the CCA wasn't there, they wouldn't raise their costs. Problem solved.
So the solution is to end the CCA, not ask the company to make less money.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Why is that crazy?
Because that affects a company who decided to do business in the state. Nobody put a gun to their head.
Puget Sound Energy is doing the same thing.
That's not what we're talking about.
We are talking about it's also an energy company raising costs for the CCA. They want to do it $51 a month, $600 a year. How is that different?
Is the AG fighting that too?
No.
Passing the cost along to other options?
Nope. He's not fighting at all.
There's no other options for those Puget Sound Energy customers to get different utilities?
It's beside the point. The
point is the exclusivity. The monopoly that this company has on southwestern Washington for natural gas. They've got a monopoly. There's an increased cost doing business, and they don't want to absorb that.
If Washington State wanted there to be more companies available, then they would open up the market and say more companies could come in. That's a Washington State issue.
That's not a practical solution, though, to a company that's entrenched in the marketplace.
So you like monopolies?
No.
Oh, what I'm saying is, if he's going to fight Puget Sound, Northwest Natural, raising their costs because of the CCA, then he should also be fighting Puget Sound Energy, raising the costs because of the CCA.
I think continuity is good.
That would be nice.
Consistency would be great.
That'd
sure.
be nice.
Yeah.
Because the ratepayer is the ones that we're worried about, yes?
Yes, absolutely.
So the CCA costing the ratepayer more money is a bad thing.
Well, the CCA costing the company is bad for business.
Yes.
The company refusing to absorb any of that, a company that's turned profit month after quarter after year.
Okay.
Their unwillingness to make less money.
If we
and
have
putting that all in the back of the consumer.
I promise you that if we have no profit motive in these companies,
I'm not saying no profit motive.
then it's going to be even worse for those customers because now they have no options, and that would be the worst thing.
You think if they can't make the maximum amount of money, they're going to pull out and leave? The AG thinks they should make less money and not just don't take a hit for the cost of doing business.
Did the AG go to business school?
Probably not. You have to ask.
Probably not.
I think he's a smart guy who's got a sound point of view on why he's doing this for
Did you
consumers.
see those behind-the-scenes emails about the Attorney General's office working with the wording on the income tax? Did you see those?
Absolutely.
What did you think of that?
That's his job.
His job is to figure out how to get the voters in Washington the inability to vote on an income tax on them.
His job is to
I thought it was protect the voters of Washington.
The AG doesn't just work for the voters of Washington. The AG also works for every state organization in the state of Washington.
Where's my camera? I need to show a frustrated horse face.
I'm just telling you what the AG's job is. He doesn't just work for the citizen. He also works for the agencies that work for the state of Washington.
Working against the citizenry.
Not what I said.
But that's what's happening.
That's your determination, Mustafa. That's your interpretation of it.
I would love people's opinions on Marcus Sugar Senior Resort text line. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO News Radio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app.
A multi-billion-dollar settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you were exposed to weed killers at work or at home, your rights are affected. If you or your family has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you could receive $6,000 to $165,000 or more. This settlement impacts you even if you're not sick because this blood cancer can take 10 to 15 years to appear. If you stay in the settlement, you give up your right to sue. Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Aren't you the company that gives away free furnaces?
That's us. Buy a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system and the furnace is free.
Wow.
Yeah, and our home comfort advisors are tax credit and rebate specialists, so they'll handle the rebate for you.
Go to CM Heating for better comfort, lower bills, and a free furnace you'll love for years. Get your free estimate for furnace replacement at cmheating.com. And remember, for furnaces, fireplaces, hot water, and total home comfort, including electrical, there's no beating CM Heating.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
Gas prices are at record highs. Markets are volatile. And if you're retired or close to it, I know what you're thinking. Is my plan strong enough for what's coming? Most financial plans aren't built for times like these. They're built for the good times. And that's a problem. That's why one of the Northwest's best-known retirement attorneys, Rajiv Nagayach with LifePoint Law, is personally leading seminars where you'll learn why the planning you've already done may not be enough and what a real retirement plan looks like when your healthcare, housing, legal protection, and finances all work together. No sales pitch, no obligation, just 90 minutes that could change the way you think about your future and give you the peace of mind that you won't run out of money or become a burden on your family.
attend a free LifePoint Law retirement seminar in Puyallup on May 5th, Federal Way on May 6th, Bellevue on May 7th, or Linwood on May 12th. Seminars begin at 6:30 p.m. Seats are limited, so register now at lifepointlaw.com. That's lifepointlaw.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy one Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Get it in the app. Participation may vary.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. King County's elections director is pushing back on claims that mail-in voting leads to voter fraud. This after somebody found a box of ballots next to a dumpster recently. Washington State GOP Chair Jim Walsh posted a video saying the discovery is proof that elections are not secure. Elections Director Julie Weiss tells KIRO Radio's Gian Ursula.
Representative Walsh knows my phone number, my email. He knows where I work. He knows where the elections office is, which happens to be just down the street from this PMB. If he really was concerned about democracy, I think that he would have absolutely got a hold of me.
Weiss says the ballots were unvoted and did not make it to their intended destination. The FBI, Renton Police, and the U.S. Postal Inspection Service are all investigating. The U.S. and Iran are scheduled to hold another round of talks through Pakistan this weekend. Latest from CBS's Aaron Navarro.
President Trump has repeatedly stated his goal: Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson announced goals for its side on state TV on Friday. He said Iran wants relief from sanctions as well as compensation and a guarantee against any future attacks from the U.S. or Israel.
And we turn now to the closing bell report. Some heated socks sold at Costco get a little too hot, apparently. CBS's Jennifer Kuiper reports it is sparking a recall.
Nearly 208,000 pairs of heated socks sold at Costco are being recalled after 13 reports of first and second degree burns. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says while the socks are designed to keep toes toasty during cold weather, they pose a burn risk when subjected to a combination of heat, friction, moisture, and pressure during high-intensity activities. The 32 degrees heated socks were sold at Costco stores and online at Costco.com from August 2025 through March 2026. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
If you bought them, you can return those socks to Costco for a full refund. At the close today on Wall Street, we had mixed results. The Dow lost about 100 points. S&P up 53. NASDAQ gained 378. About 1.5%. Now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron, it's getting pretty busy out there. Let's start you with downtown Seattle. We're up to 40 minutes just to get through downtown on northbound I-5. You're going to hit a wall of brakes at Albro Place, and this doesn't let up until you get to the express lanes. And then the Ship Canal backup starts just past Mercer. South 5 into Seattle, we're crowded from Lake City Way across the Ship Canal Bridge. South Center to Bellevue on North 405 is taking you 45 minutes this afternoon, about a 25-minute delay. We're dealing with added volumes from drivers who normally take eastbound 18 over Tiger Mountain. That route is closed over the weekend for road work. So here we are, North 405. We're bumper to bumper from South Center through the Renton S-curves. North 405 is heavy through Canyon Park. Up in Lake Stevens, southbound 204, about a mile and a half thick backup approaching the trestle from an earlier collision. And down in Yelm, we've got big backups in both directions of State Route 507 due to a crash northbound at Old McKenna Road. We may be alternating traffic here at the scene. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Sunshine today, highs in the low to mid-60s. A sunny weekend as well, with temperatures climbing into the upper 60s. Right now we're at 56 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Turn my mic on. It's a fun trick. Let's talk a little bit about sports. We have the NFL draft. Is this day 2? Is today day 2?
They will pick this weekend.
This
right?
weekend.
Saturday
okay.
and Sunday. Is it today, Aaron Granillo?
Day 2.
Thank you very much, Aaron
okay.
Granillo. I apologize.
All right, day 2 is today.
I'm an old man.
It doesn't matter. Once you get past the first round, then who cares? Nobody ever good has been selected outside the first round.
Okay. It's great. I love it.
It's a joke.
I get it.
Fernando Mendoza, number 1 pick overall in the NFL draft.
Total shocker.
Massive surprise from everybody. He went to the Las Vegas Raiders. This is pretty cool. If you ever thought to yourself what that moment is like, and we have one from Jadarian.
Yeah, as opposed to what John Schneider, who was excited. I get it.
We have that. We have the calls from both the Seahawks and the overall number 1 pick, Mendoza's phone call that he got. And just imagine, so he was not at the draft. He actually didn't. And was it in Pittsburgh?
He was with his family.
I think it's in Pittsburgh.
The draft was in Pittsburgh, or that was a couple years ago?
I don't know where it's at.
Hey, Aaron Granillo, why'd you leave? You're my
The NFL
resource.
draft is somewhere. He's not there, though. He wanted to stay at home with his family. And usually the number 1 draft pick shows up to the event, but in this case he decided Pittsburgh. Okay, it is Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So he decided to stay at home with his family, and he is sitting on the couch. His mom is in a wheelchair. She can't stand. And so it's the sweetest thing. He gets the call, and he stays seated. You can see he is bubbling over. He wants to jump up and celebrate, but he stays, and he fights the instinct, and he stays seated next to his mom. So the first person he can hug is his mom. It's like the sweetest thing in the world. And then his dad also stays seated, so they're all just sitting there, just being a family. And then at some point, him and his brother jump up and start jumping up and down, and they're pumped. But here's what that audio sounds like when you're sitting there waiting, and you see Goodell walk over to the podium and say, with the first pick in the NFL draft. And this call is happening behind the scenes.
How you doing? Mr. Spytek, I appreciate you calling. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can't wait to prove it to y'all. Yes, sir. Ready to get to work and ready to learn. Pumped. Thank you again. Bye.
Yeah, baby. What a moment. This did not make the NFL, because Mendoza announced a couple weeks ago he wouldn't be in attendance at the NFL draft experience, the live draft in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And because that's a very much made for TV production. Over the years, it's evolved.
It's another marketing event.
It's a huge marketing event.
Yeah.
And all the topics, projected top picks are there.
Usually.
To be part of their production of the live broadcast.
Their day.
Right.
Hop up on a pedestal.
This young man decided that
celebrated.
his family was more important than being part of their show. So the NFL wasn't crazy about it, but there's another story that they can sell.
Yeah.
What a guy this is. I mean, here's a young man who's of strong religious belief.
Sure.
Solid family.
Yeah.
And a lot of people draw the parallels. He's being sent to Sin City, to Las Vegas.
It's
right?
not. It's
that's a great.
The irony has not been
Yeah.
lost on everybody.
Great storyline.
Yeah, to turn around a team that's never done worse than the Raiders did last season.
Right.
And now you have this guy who, and like you mentioned, faith is super important to him. He actually talked about a little bit about that.
Well, first off, I'm a man of God, and I believe that God has a plan. He's blessed my family, blessed me, and just can't thank him enough. And second of all, I also think that fortune favors the bold, and that sometimes when you're bold and you bet on yourself, so it'll work out most of the times. And if it doesn't work out, at least you'll be able to at least sleep easy at night 20 years down the road, knowing you did everything possible to accomplish your goals. And that's what I look forward to doing everything possible to accomplishing my goals with this football club and helping any way I can.
Kid's got his head on straight, doesn't he?
I mean, what a sigh of relief that you must be, like, for Raiders fans. I mean, nothing's a guarantee, obviously, and there's been plenty of first-round picks that have flamed out. When you get to the NFL, it's a whole different game.
This is Jamarcus Russell. Is that the guy the Raiders picked, the number 2 pick overall, and
I mean, you just never know.
Not to be quoting Ryan Leafs or extracting.
But all those guys, exactly, all those guys.
Busts aplenty everywhere.
100%.
Johnny Football.
Yes.
Everywhere you look.
But you have to, after last season, you have to be sitting there going like, all right, this guy's got his head on his shoulders. At least there's hope that he's not going to get any off-field distraction, and just it can all be on-the-field stuff.
And he can deliver on the field. I mean, the kid played.
He's very good.
Kid played.
Yeah, he's very good.
Biggest moments.
He talked about the Raiders being the right fit for him.
Well, whatever team was going to select me and be a good fit, but deep down in my heart, I knew the Raiders are most likely going to be the best fit because of the coaching staff. I think it really fits my play style great because all the great teammates on offense and defense, they're stacked because of the great ownership. Whether it's Mr. Davis, Mr. Brady, I mean, what a better situation to walk into. So I think all the stars are aligning here, and I'm just very blessed to be in this position.
He's going to make them so much money.
He's really. And they him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his contract for again?
$58 million with a $38 million signing bonus.
And that's guaranteed.
$57.3 million, $38.1 million guaranteed.
And that's a 4-year rookie.
4-year rookie contract. Okay. Yeah. Because there are rookie caps. Most teams who have great success, Russell Wilson was a perfect example. You get a great quarterback under his rookie contract, you can afford to put the pieces around him to build yourself a championship.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to do it that way.
Pretty exciting for the Raiders. And the Seahawks are also very excited because they got a great draft pick. They got Jadarian Price. This is John Schneider calling him Jadarian, but this is the call on the phone. He's excited.
Yeah, great player, great person. We thought we had some opportunities for a minute. They fell apart. There's a lot of trading going on there. Right?
Oh, here's the call. I'm sorry. Here's the phone call from Schneider.
Hello, Jadarian. Yes, sir. How you doing, bud? John Schneider.
That'd be so funny. He goes, nope, he's not here.
Sorry.
Jadarian's here.
Hold on. Here's my twin brother.
I think he got the wrong number.
Yeah, sorry, click. Oh, no, dude.
For the Seahawks.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, we're getting ready to pick you right here, brother.
Yes, sir.
We're really excited for you, man. All your stuff throughout the spring was outstanding. It's so fun watching you play, and, man, we can't wait to make you a Seahawk, bud.
Appreciate you.
Hey, all right?
Oh,
hey, here's our head coach. Congratulations, brother.
Thanks.
What a moment.
Oh, my God, it's on the phone.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you're a Seahawk, man.
Let's go, man.
First round pick. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you so much.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm ready to ball, man.
Hey, Ella, are these cuts? Are these from when Brock and Salk? Are these the cuts?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Oh, and by the way, Ella's with us today. She's producing the show. Laura's out today. Yes. Thank you, Ella.
Of course.
He talked about that emotional moment. You could hear his voice quivering.
He just cracked that. It was great.
I mean, it's just that's amazing. But he was on Brock and Salk talking about, he got a little more emotional than he thought he was going to when he got that call.
I was wild because I was walking around the whole room, and so Seattle was up. I was like, all right, this is the last one. I'm going to sit down. As I was going to sit down, I get the call, and emotions just hit. I mean, I thought I would be a little bit more calm, but that phone call is a little different when you get that phone call, and it's just immediate tears and joy. So
this guy, he sounds like just character all the way. I'm so excited that he gets to be part of the Seahawks.
It's a perfect situation because he shared the load at Notre Dame with Jeremiah Love.
Yeah.
And very similar to Kenneth Walker III, to K9, sharing the load with Charbonnet.
Yeah.
You know, it's we don't need this guy to come in and be an every down back. He's got great speed.
His potential.
Great lateral movement.
Yeah.
It's a great fit. And nobody expected the Hawks to do this. John Schneider, in the one clip we started to play there, they had some other opportunities in the first round to trade out, which we thought everybody expected them to do. They didn't pan out. So when the Seahawks were the last pick on yesterday's day one, and no one expected the Hawks to draft, this guy didn't think he was getting a phone call. So when John Schneider calls, and you're going to the defending Super Bowl champion in a strong running back room, how could you? I'll be a puddle.
Can I tell? I mean, we're out of time here. Can I tell you really quick when we come back, and then we'll get on to some other stuff.
You bet.
I was back at the coffee machine, and Brock Heward comes up and he goes, "Hey, if you guys are going to talk about Jadarian today, I got a little side story for you."
I'd love to hear this.
I want to tell you about it because you get to know the character of somebody, and then you want to root for them even more when they're playing for your team.
Awesome.
So I'll tell you guys about this when we come back. Stick around.
The John Curley Show.
If by like the 15th of October rolls around and suddenly it's a bolt of lightning and I croak out right there, I'm fine.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
My dream of growing a giant pumpkin is just a couple of months away. I know somebody who knows somebody who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows someone who got me the seed, the 1,500-pounder, baby. It's in a secret location. I don't want to say where it is.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Mother's Day is just a couple of weeks away, and this Mother's Day, as you celebrate everything about mom, take a moment to think about what's next for mom. What does mom deserve? And for those of us considering assisted living or memory care, consider Aegis Living. In fact, why not schedule a visit today? Go to aegisliving.com/spike. Pick a location near you. There are dozens in the Northwest. Bring mom and join us for lunch and take a tour. There's no obligation. And when you visit an Aegis Living community, you're going to say, this must be the place, because it is. Schedule your visit today at aegisliving.com/spike. That's aegisliving.com/spike.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery.
Visit walottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Owie, wowie!
What's with the
water heater's worn out?
Way less hot water?
Takes a lot longer, too.
Sounds like a goner.
Worst of all?
What?
Wasn't planning on it.
We can help.
Apollo Plumbing.
Ready right now to get you
in hot water.
Same day.
Not this day. My budget.
How about with easy payments?
How much easy?
Around $50 a month with approved credit.
A new water heater?
50 gallons of 100% hot water delight.
For about $50 a month.
51, 52 to be precise.
And you can do it
today if that's what you need.
Is it ever?
Apollo installs new ones with code upgrades.
Can't beat that.
Actually, I can.
What?
Your same-day water heater replacement includes Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Which means?
Apollo Plumbing covers your new water heater for life.
You mean should it ever wear out?
Apollo Plumbing replaces it free.
And if it needs service?
Service is included for our A-list members.
Wow!
Your new water heater is ready
right now
at ApolloPlumbing.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, April 25th. Find a collection site near you at deatakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent drug misuse before it starts.
Epic parties start at Staples. Now you can grab Party City balloons, decorations, and tableware, plus matching custom invites, banners, and more right at Staples. That was easy.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com. With the high gas prices, now is the time to buy a hybrid or all-electric at Subaru of Puyallup. Great selection and pricing are at your stress-free dealership, SubaruofPuyallup.com.
Nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all. Sound like your home? Then call for your free inspection.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
Advanced Hair Restoration, the simple one-day hair loss solution that's guaranteed to regrow your own natural hair. AdvancedHair.com. AdvancedHair.com.
Welcome back to the show.
So you're out in the hall today.
I'm out in the hall today.
And you run into Brock Hewitt, who's... I love when Brock's in the hallway because he is just like the...
he's a giant human being.
He's a huge man.
So if he's in the hallway, you can't be in the hallway because he's huge, or you have to step aside.
But he's just this beacon of knowledge.
He's also, I don't want to sound too strange, but he is a beacon of light.
Yeah.
He's just a nice guy.
Yeah.
There's nobody who ever has met Brock Hewitt who doesn't think, that's a nice fella. He's just a really great guy. I love Brock.
I got to meet him when he was a UW Husky.
So did I.
But Damon and he were both going through. I used to cover the Huskies for the Rock Station when I was my excuse to get into Husky games for free.
Yeah.
He's been like that his entire life. The time that I've known Brock. He's always been that.
So obviously he was like a local hero here.
Oh, yeah.
And when I was in...
I'm surprised he's not mayor of Puyallup, but that's another story. Go on.
If he wanted to be, he easily could be.
Sure he could.
He could be. Do you think he could get elected governor of our state?
Heartbeat.
You think so?
In a heartbeat.
We have a lot of crazy politics in this state, but I do think that we could have somebody like Brock, who's just a solid dude, who just crosses all categories. People just like him.
Mm-hmm.
You know him from sports. You know him from the radio. Just put him in office.
He's authentic.
He's authentic.
He's 1,000% authentic.
Yes.
But, so what's he saying?
I'll tell you this coffee maker in a second. But you asked the first time I met him. I actually met him for the first time. I think I was like 9 years old or something. Maybe I was a little kid, very little kid, single digits, I think. But he was in college. He was playing at UW.
Yeah.
He came with I believe he came with the chaplain of the UW at the time. I'm trying to remember his name. I'm going to butcher it, so I'm not going to try it, but I can picture his face in my head. The chaplain of UW at the time also went to my church.
Okay.
And so he brings Brock in on like this little tour where he's meeting all these like churches and just saying hi to people and just being a cool guy.
Yeah.
And he comes in, and I remember seeing him, and I'd seen him at UW games and things like that. And I was just like, oh my gosh, he could have been Ken Griffey Jr. to me. I was just like, I was so excited to meet him. And he's the exact same guy.
Yep.
And then 20, 30 years later, whatever it was, we're then working together at the state, and I see him all the time. It's a blast to get to work with him now. Anyway, he pulls me aside by the coffee maker just before we started the show, and he goes, hey, if you guys are going to talk about Jadarian today, he goes, here's a little fun background that a lot of people may not know. Jadarian's mom had him when she was 17 years old, decided that she was going to do everything she could to give him every best opportunity that she could. He then gets into Notre Dame. He's playing at Notre Dame. He gets a call from, I can't remember if it was Texas or University of Austin or Texas Tech, whatever it was. I think it was a Texas school. Because of the NIL, they're offering this guy a lot of money to come and play. And I think he was getting like less than $1 million at
Notre Dame.
At Notre Dame.
And his NIL money. Okay.
He's offered the chance to go somewhere where he can make money.
Multiples of that.
Multiples of that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't go. He stays with a program where he's going to make less money because he thinks it's going to be a better fit for him. He's made commitments to these people.
Nice.
How many news stories have we seen with these guys, these NIL guys, who decide, hey, we had the UW guy who was the quarterback. Damon Williams.
Yeah.
Who was going to go and play somewhere else. He was going to double up his money, and then everybody got in a fervor over that. And he
Well, it was
decided,
a legal issue, otherwise he'd be gone.
because he already signed something. You're right.
Yeah.
But they're switching all the time. They
Yeah,
leave
yeah,
all
they
the
are.
time.
Yeah, they are.
And here's a guy who, there's nobody out there who couldn't use a couple million extra bucks.
And for a lot of these guys, this is their only opportunity to earn because they're not all these guys get to be NFL players.
And he's NFL quality, obviously, because he's now an NFL player, first round pick. But it's not a guarantee because the game that they play is so dangerous. It's so dangerous. So the odds of them getting hurt before they even get a chance to capitalize on all their work is really high. And so, but here's a guy who said, you know what? That would be great for me financially. He could do a lot for his mom.
Yeah, short term, yeah.
Short term, but long term, what's it going to mean when he looks back and has to think about decisions that he made?
Great
Isn't
character.
And how do the Seahawks always find these people? That's my question. It's like, how does Schneider, is that his secret power? Is he not just looking at, because I saw a bunch of other players in the draft, like, I'm not going to name by name because I don't want to name and shame, but like you do see some draft picks who were supposed to go higher and then people interviewed and then they end up going way lower because they say they got attitude problems or whatever.
Pulled a Bo Callahan.
Well,
I love that movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Draft Day, Kevin Costner. Great movie.
Yeah, a Bo Callahan. How is it that the Seahawks are so good at identifying?
Well, that's half the job. It really is. When you because I think it was Elle was asking, do players ever to say I'm not playing for that team?
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody ever been drafted and they just refuse to play for that team?
Sure.
I remember when I was a Baltimore Colts season ticket holder, and we drafted John Elway, the Baltimore Colts out of Stanford, and he refused to play for the Colts. He was going to go play for the Yankees, and the Colts ended up having to trade him to Denver for draft picks and an offensive tackle. Because he refused to play for bad ownership in Baltimore.
Wow.
But these days, that's a rarity because now teams interview players. They do so much homework before they make a draft
selection. It's not just numbers. It's like, let's get to know you. How are you going to fit into our system?
It's the kind of guy you are.
Yeah. It's all that locker room stuff.
Yep.
Like, who are you going to be in the locker room? How are you going to mess with the guys we already
Or the
have
community
here?
stuff. Are you going to jump at short-term money?
Yeah.
Or are you going to stick with the program that had faith
probably
in
went
you?
a long way.
Absolutely.
Seahawks could have traded out that pick for other draft picks, but they didn't. They said, we're going to take him. It's fantastic. I'm excited for him. And excited for the Seahawks. All right, we got a lot more coming up. We got Friday Favorites coming up next. Hit us up on the text line, Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. We'll see you on the other half of this break. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
ICE agents have now been deployed to 14 airports across the country.
Traffic.
Did they open lanes?
They just reopened all lanes of northbound I-5.
Engaging conversation.
If he ends this right now, it only emboldens Iran. That's a big, big mistake.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! JSN!
Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
If you don't care about saving 50% off your wireless bill for the same 5G coverage the big guys are charging a fortune for, maybe you care about keeping jobs in America. Pure Talk does. They've pledged to run their entire operation from this country, including all their customer service. Or maybe you care about our nation's veterans. Pure Talk does. They've donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to America's Warrior Partnership, a fantastic organization working hard to prevent veteran suicide. Or maybe you care about closing America's skills gap. Pure Talk does. They're a proud supporter of MicroWorks. They're helping my foundation train the next generation of skilled workers. Don't get me wrong. Saving money's great, and you'll save plenty with Pure Talk. But if you want to be in business with people who share your values, dial pound 250. Say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Gas prices are at record highs. Markets are volatile. And if you're retired or close to it, I know what you're thinking. Is my plan strong enough for what's coming? Most financial plans aren't built for times like these. They're built for the good times. And that's a problem. That's why one of the Northwest's best-known retirement attorneys, Rajiv Nagayach with LifePoint Law, is personally leading seminars where you'll learn why the planning you've already done may not be enough and what a real retirement plan looks like when your healthcare, housing, legal protection, and finances all work together. No sales pitch, no obligation, just 90 minutes that could change the way you think about your future and give you the peace of mind that you won't run out of money or become a burden on your family.
Attend a free LifePoint Law retirement seminar in Puyallup on May 5th, Federal Way on May 6th, Bellevue on May 7th, or Linwood on May 12th. Seminars begin at 6:30 p.m. Seats are limited, so register now at lifepointlaw.com. That's lifepointlaw.com. 511 is now part of Seattle in the South Center Mall. It's more than a brand, it's a lifestyle built on reliability and performance. Whether you're on duty, on the trail, working out, or out for adventure, 511 delivers purpose-built clothing, bags, and footwear that stand up to the toughest demands. 511 gear is trusted by those who never settle for less. Choose 511 and live ready for anything. Are you ready to discover your 511? 511, now part of Seattle in the South Center Mall.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto-pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Right now, get a free furnace with the purchase of a premium heat pump and air cleaning package at CM Heating. Start today with an always free estimate. There's no beating CM Heating for heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical. Go to cmheating.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Growing wildfires in Florida and Georgia. A volunteer firefighter in Northeast Florida has died after suffering a medical emergency while fighting a brush fire. Meantime, CBS's Allison Keyes reports.
Georgia Governor Brian Kemp toured the area of two large wildfires and says they have burned more homes than any other in the state's history.
Unfortunately, we believe that fire activity is going to remain extremely high throughout the weekend.
Kemp says officials believe the Brantley Highway 82 fire started when a balloon landed on a live power line. Scientists say climate change and record drought are causing a greater risk of intense wildfires. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
A massive tornado last night has leveled buildings and killed livestock in Enid, Oklahoma. Despite the rubble left behind, no one was killed, only minor injuries reported. CBS's Jason Allen in Enid.
This was not a tornado where it left walls standing in some cases, and you can kind of make out the outline of a house or a shop or a business. Instead, it is just big piles of broken 2x4s and sheet metal and debris.
U.S.-Iran peace talks are set to resume this weekend. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
The president has decided to dispatch Special Envoy Witkoff and Jared Kushner back to Islamabad. The Iranians want to talk.
Iran's foreign minister is already in Islamabad. Reopening a portion of the Texas camp that lost 27 girls in the July 4th floods last year became more difficult as the state has rejected its latest emergency evacuation plan. Reporter Chris Fox in Austin.
The 11-page emergency plan deficiency letter came from the Texas Department of State Health Services. It found Camp Mystic's flash flood warning evacuation plan and their entire emergency warning system insufficient. The death of the 27 campers and counselors in the July floods led Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick to urge the state agency to reject their license application.
Police have identified the body of University of South Florida doctoral student Emil Limon. His remains were found on a bridge in Tampa today. A second student, Nahida Bristi, is still missing. The couple from Bangladesh disappeared on April 16th. Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office Chief Deputy Joseph Maurer.
Through investigative measures, we are able to link the suspect to this case and to this body. Right now, we are pending the autopsy results for manner and cause of death.
Maurer says Limon's roommate faces preliminary charges, including unlawfully moving a body. With Tiger Woods out due to last month's suspension of DUI arrests, Jim Furyk is returning as the U.S. Ryder Cup captain for 2027. This is CBS News.
Every Sunday, moderator Margaret Brennan goes face-to-face with top leaders to make you better informed. Face the Nation, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Coming up, a 70-year-old traffic flagger is seriously hurt in Seattle after a crash. But first, Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
And I thank you, Aaron. Wilcox Farms has this update. It's a busy afternoon. We've got some pretty big backups scattered across the region already. Let's start you down in Fife, South 5 at Porter Way. It's a car fire that has 2 right lanes blocked. Your bumper-to-bumper backup starts prior to State Route 18. Federal Way to Tacoma right now is at 35 minutes. That's a 20-minute delay. Tacoma to Olympia, if you're continuing south, is already just hit 1 hour. You've got a 4-mile bumper-to-bumper backup through JBLM. More slowing between Lacey and Olympia. In Yelm, we just cleared our crash northbound 507 at Old McKenna Road. So the northbound backup, you're pretty much cleared out. But southbound 507 is bumper-to-bumper from about South 320th Street into McKenna. That's close to a 2.5-mile backup. And then eastbound 702, you're in a 1-mile bumper-to-bumper backup. South Center to Bellevue at 40 minutes, a 20-minute delay. North 405 is jam-packed as you come off I-5 in South Center through the Renton S-curves. 40 minutes to get through downtown Seattle on North 5. Your heavy backup started at Albro Place all the way to the Ship Canal Bridge. Little break there through the heart of downtown. And we've got a new collision out in Monroe. It's westbound 2 near Farm Road, partially blocking that lane. That's milepost 11, just past Frylands Boulevard. For a convenient, healthy snack on the go, look for ready-to-eat Wilcox hard-boiled eggs. Find Wilcox eggs at Costco, Metro Market, Safeway, and other local grocers. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granello. A dump truck hit a 70-year-old woman this morning as she was working in Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
Seattle police say the woman was working as a traffic flagger at a construction site near Broadway and East Pine when she was hit by the dump truck. SPD Detective Eric Munoz says the truck driver is cooperating.
The driver of the dump truck remained on scene and was speaking with officers. At this point in time, we're not conducting a criminal investigation. It's only a traffic collision investigation.
The woman was taken to Harborview Medical Center in serious but stable condition. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Local lawmaker is confident he has the support to dissolve the King County Regional Homelessness Authority. Ron Dombowski says he will introduce that legislation next week, telling KIRO News Radio's Gian Ursula.
It'll take some time to smartly and strategically wind this down and transfer operations over. The work has to continue, right? But we don't need to be running it through a separate layer of government that has very little oversight and control and has not been able to get the job done.
An audit revealed the agency cannot account for $13 million in spending and is another $45 million in the red. Businesses in Seattle's Wallingford neighborhood are seeing a rise in break-ins.
We did take several of these socks here.
Kelly Tremaine owns the Sock Monster. She tells KIRO 7 TV fellow business owners in the area are begging police to take action.
Maybe we could all come together as businesses and chip in on private security to just go up and down the street.
Data from Seattle Police show the Wallingford area has already seen 65 burglaries this year. That's more than double compared to last year. Well, it sounds like the Seahawks have found a physical runner. They chose Jadarian Price out of Notre Dame with their first-round pick. He tells 710 Seattle Sports he wants contact in the red zone.
I think there's nothing more poetic about the game of football than clacking pads and going through somebody. And as a running back, I'd say go through them.
The team has 3 more picks in the draft. They will likely look to trade for more. Your forecast now looking at sunny skies today and more sunshine through the weekend. Highs in the mid to upper 60s for Saturday and Sunday. Right now, 57 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Then the John Curley show, I should say, is up. And then after that, it's the weekend, folks. Pretty great. You got any big weekend plans, Spike? You got anything fun you're doing?
Nah. Last weekend was very busy. My kid is a senior at school at Cornish, and last weekend was the final school production that my kid would be taking part in.
Nice.
So I sat through almost 11 hours of the same musical 3 times.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this weekend I'm unplugging the phone.
It's better the third time.
It was.
Yeah.
How did you know?
You get all the bugs out.
I got better sleep.
There you go.
It was last weekend was a busy weekend, and we did a lot of celebration with a lot of family came in town for the show. Anyway,
that's awesome.
This weekend I'm unplugging,
just chilling out.
Yep.
Good for
enjoying
you.
the weather.
Good for you.
Not traveling.
Is it supposed to be nice the whole weekend?
Yes. That's knock wood.
You know what? I haven't checked my weather app in a long time.
Feeling okay?
I know. I normally am on my weather app all the time.
That's what guys like us of our era do,
what
buddy.
Are we doing? Oh my gosh! Look at that forecast. Are you joking?
No.
Is it summer?
Well, it's not winter.
Today, sunny. Saturday,
anymore.
sunny. Sunday, sunny. Monday, partly. Tuesday, cloudy. Wednesday, sun. Thursday, for the next 10 days, right? It's looking good. This should make people feel good. I was sitting there last night. The sun came out. It was kind of rainy and ugly yesterday morning.
A little bit, yeah.
It was kind of cold. I told you I was in an Aqua Sox game.
Aqua Sox, midday.
Freezing cold.
9-inning lunch, they call those.
Yeah, it was a long lunch. But it was
cold, wet lunch.
I was warming myself to hot dogs. I wasn't eating them. I was just holding them. People were like, "You got to stop."
Safer than Costco socks, but that's a different story.
Yeah, what's that story? That's wild. I don't like hearing any bad news about Costco.
No, not at all. But we have to bring you the truth.
We got to bring you the truth.
Yeah,
We're not going to hide the truth from you.
Nope.
But it was so nasty. And then yesterday, the sun comes out, and I'm sitting there, and at some point, I just went out on the deck, and we human beings, we're like giant solar batteries. We just need the sun. And I went outside and I just stared up at it. My eyes were closed, obviously. I'm not an imbecile, but I put my face to the sun.
Yeah.
And the sun's warming rays, and
quickly, isn't it? It goes fast.
It does.
When you start warming up your skin. Yeah.
And it's amazing, and it just feels good, and I just felt great.
There are physical and psychological properties of being exposed to sunlight that benefit the human body.
They do.
Absolutely.
There's all these. My wife was like, it's because you're getting all these. What are the tiny little things in your body? The
I don't know. Mitochondria? Maybe.
Midichlorians?
Who
Is
knows?
that Star Wars?
Ask your wife. I don't
It's
know.
the midichlorians in your body, and they're all popping.
Oh, nice.
And the sun makes them pop, and then you feel good.
Like popcorn in a microwave.
Yep.
Your body's
That's
just
science.
Getting better.
So go out and enjoy the sun. Get your whatever the MIDI things are. Get them popping. Enjoy that sunshine. It's good for you. All right, Friday favorites. Let's get into it. We have a bunch of stories this week. It was tough to choose, honestly, as it is every week. Let's start with a middle-of-the-road one, Spike, and then we'll get to yours, and then we'll get to mine.
Sounds good.
So the first middle-of-the-road one that I would like to discuss is, let me see what this was supposed to be here. Oh, the prom king principal.
That was a fabulous story.
So this guy, Kirk Moore, he's in Oklahoma. He's doing his job. He's a principal of a high school, and he sees that somebody has come onto campus. He's walking through. The timing of this, I'm still wondering, did he hear a bullet flying, or was he in the right place at the right time? I don't know that.
So what we're talking about is an Oklahoma high school that had an active shooter walk into the lobby of the school's main entry hallway.
Yep. Where they keep all the trophies and all the school jerseys.
School crest is right there in the floor. And as this former student, 20-year-old, if I remember correctly, came in, started shooting.
Two guns.
The principal comes like out of a cannon,
flying in,
and tackles the shooter, subdues the shooter, wrestles the gun from the shooter,
takes a bullet,
takes one to the leg, and saves God knows how many lives.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he hurt. I don't know if he could.
Yeah, I don't know the situation that led for him to be right there.
It seems like the principal's office has a windowed view to the lobby.
Or he was just walking nearby.
Down.
I don't know.
All we know is this guy on camera comes in with two guns, and out of nowhere,
flash, the principal
comes. The principal
just boom, knocks him down, tackles him like you said,
story
takes a
got
bullet.
National attention.
So he's okay. The principal's okay. He's
after being
he's
airlifted
recovering from his room.
with
had to be airlifted.
Shot to the leg. Yeah.
And then the school has their prom, and who do you think gets elected prom king? Pretty great story.
Ladies and gentlemen, our king, Kirk Moore.
Everybody freaks out. We had to edit that audio down, but for like a minute and a half, students are just cheering, which has got to be every principal's like dream scenario that you are not to be elected prom king, but like that you are that you are greeted by your student body with cheers and adulation.
That's not always the case for an administrator.
I remember. Were you friendly with your principals and the administrative staff? Did you? I mean,
because they were doing their job, and I needed supervision.
Oh, okay,
I needed guidance.
You were one of those.
I was one of those. Yeah,
Okay.
and in hindsight, I thought they were just a pain in my saddle.
Mhm.
But no, they were doing exactly what they needed to do to show me what the straight and narrow looked like, and to keep me, course correct me throughout my time in high school when I was young and dumb making stupid decisions.
People do that when they're young.
Yeah,
but you got to have
gotta have leaders.
Got to have leaders who step in
good
and
administrators. Yeah,
correct you. You got a GoFundMe page loaded for him. What's that up to?
Yeah, it's $25,000 for Principal Kurt
It's
Moore.
all right.
Kurt Moore.
They
It's
could do
okay.
more. They could do more.
I know the guy who delivered Diet Coke, almost $800,000, right? Because he was older. And
was it $800,000?
I think it was. Yeah.
My golly, for delivering a Coke.
Being a hero.
the Starbucks guy.
Yeah,
the old man who was delivering Starbucks.
Was it the pizza guy with the Coke or the
pizza
Starbucks
guy who went out of his way and got an extra Coke for the order?
For the pizza order,
I think it was
yeah.
like
Both
I think
those
he got
guys
near
made-
200, but still a lot of money.
$25K for a principal who saved lives.
Saved
Literally
lives?
saved lives.
Let's throw a few bucks
Anyway,
at him.
yeah,
folks.
GoFundMe. The name is Kirk Kirk Moore Moore if you want to
And if
show
you
your
were to
appreciation.
ask AI to make you a picture of a high school principal, it would,
Central Cast.
this guy.
Right
That's
there.
who they would make.
Mr. Moore.
Mr. Moore. We were pretty. I was going to say we were pretty. The principal of my high school was pretty friendly. I mean, he would just walk around. Kind of, he was jokey with people.
Okay.
And that was a nice thing.
I imagine Mr. Eisman, my principal.
Yeah.
The Iceman.
Sure.
As he was known to my clique.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he was friendly and jovial to most of the student body.
To
They
the rest
weren't
of them,
causing
to
problems.
the rest of them, they thought he was Mr. Nice Man.
That's right.
And you guys
For
said
me,
Iceman.
He was the Iceman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to each his own.
I'm sure he did. He gave me exactly what I needed.
A hard
detention.
Hard detention. All right. So, what was some of the other stories that? What were some of the other stories this week that jumped out at you, or what was the one?
My story of the week.
Yeah.
I will take you back to a Monday morning when Jake, you brought this story to our attention about local businesses that had been burglarized. We're talking about video production companies in the city of Seattle, in the the Inner Bay neighborhood. Both Olympic Studios and Tenacious Ventures. There was a story from King 5 that brought this to our attention. These high-end video production studios have been the victims of a serial burglar to the point where, by the time the story came to us, I believe it was Derek Klein.
that
we spoke with
Who
on
manages,
Monday.
I believe Olympic.
Olympic Studios. He had been burglarized, and he came to the realization about a week later, when trying to fulfill a rental order for a client, that there was some equipment missing.
And he went, "What the heck? Where did we put this?"
They went back and looked at their video monitors and realized that they had been burglarized a week earlier. And then it's such a tight community of video productions. Chris Hunter from Tenacious Ventures, which is right there on in Inner Bay, I think it's 15th, they realized that they also had been burglarized by, again, with video surveillance, the exact same perpetrators.
Same car,
same
everything.
perps.
'Cause they all have, everybody's got cameras everywhere.
That's when when I saw the story, I'm like, what kind of chucklehead burglar?
And why
do you burglarize a place that's in the business of recording with cameras?
Yes,
that's their
They're
job.
in the camera business.
Well, it was funny that Derek spoke to us. I mean, do you have some of the clip?
We have a little bit, but this is not from when he spoke with us. This is from when he spoke to King 5. I can play you just a second.
Sure.
Right now, tensions are high. I'm sure he's not sleeping well. I know I'm not sleeping well.
But Derek also learned
It's such a tight-knit community of creative folks.
The reason they weren't sleeping well is because these guys had to do their own detective work.
Yes.
That's the part of the story that a couple things got me furious, because they called the police, and the police come out and they fill reports, and then in contact with the detectives agency of SPD, they said, well, we're getting to it. We don't have the manpower we need, yada, yada, yada. Meanwhile, these different production company owners, they're doing their own research. They've got the make and model of the car. They've got video surveillance of the perpetrators. In fact, Derek realized that when they realized that there was a series of robberies to this particular
similar companies
in the community, they looked on Google. When you Google video production companies, they'd all been robbed in the order they come up on the Google search.
Yeah.
So they knew who was next.
And he found out. This is still a little fuzzy to me how he figured this out, because they had already been hit once. But he realized somehow they were going to get hit again based on the searches for them.
Yeah, the pattern of the search results.
And so he goes back to his shop with a friend,
and
armed to the teeth.
He's a licensed gun owner.
He's armed, and he's sitting inside, and he said that he turned the cameras on to start recording
at
his little sleepover.
11:45.
And at 11:46, a car pulls up outside of the studios, and a flashlight gets out, and they start the process of attempting to break in to the shop again.
And he thwarted the robbery.
Yeah. And how did he do it?
He racked up a shell in his shotgun as the perpetrator was climbing up a ladder to come in through a skyway in his roof or something. And the guy, pops his head above the wall, and there's a shotgun in his face.
And the guy leaves.
And the perp fled. But what I loved about these two different business owners and all these business owners was they're mad, but they were very understanding that the resources of the Seattle Police Department were limited.
Thin.
We're stretched pretty thin. We're talking about these guys were able to track their own gear. They were able to see their stolen gear for sale on the
buy some
Facebook
of it back.
Marketplace and buy back their own stolen gear. Their gear was being stored at a rental or a storage unit. The storage unit got foreclosed on because the perps didn't pay their bill, and they were able to get their stuff back from the storage unit that it was being stored in close to where the facility was stolen.
Yeah.
It's a bizarre
The storage
story.
unit place calls them up and goes, hey, you guys have a bunch of stuff stored here that you're not storing here. Is this your stuff?
Yeah, because the name of the company was on the stolen gear in the storage. But and the fact that they were understanding that their resources are thin in the Seattle Police Department, they were more upset with the fact that the city of Seattle isn't prosecuting people for these crimes.
Taking it more seriously.
That they were having repeat offenders. Guys were getting arrested and get turfed right back onto the street because.
I was also shocked by, and I don't know if these are obviously secondhand numbers because our guest told about this. Was it Chris Hunter? Is that his name?
Chris was the owner of Tenacious Ventures.
Tenacious.
Yeah.
And he was saying that Seattle only has like 7 detectives.
Yes, that's right.
So you might be able to fill out a police report. Somebody might come and do these various things, but to follow up on these, to talk about stretched thin, all of the crime that happens that then needs to be investigated, that falls on the shoulders of like 7 people. You're long down the list.
Well, Aaron had a story in the last newscast, Aaron Grinnell, that 68 different businesses have been burglarized in the Wallingford neighborhood.
Something's happening.
So, I mean, people, desperate
There's
times.
An organized crime ring going on there.
And that's what these owners were saying. Look, if we are a city that projects weakness and lack of follow through.
Sure, if we don't prosecute, if we don't track down, fine.
We're a target-rich environment to East Coast gangs who want to come out here, and this is where you want to come and do burglaries.
It's no good.
So these owners have taken upon themselves to protect their own businesses. They're doing their own legwork on the stolen merchandise.
They got to
catch these guys.
They got to catch these guys. All right. Well, my story. I'll do mine. Here's the one that jumped out at me. That was a great one, by the way. Washington State Ferry. Everybody's getting ready for the World Cup. What are we? 54, 55?
Pretty good guess.
52,
yeah, pretty close.
Something. 50-something days away from the start of the World Cup. And the Washington State Ferry system has said, hey, guys, we're ramping up. We're getting ready. We got a lot of people coming into town, supposedly, and we're going to make sure that we have a bunch of boats ready to go. Now, Washington State Ferry system has 21 total vessels that they own. Oftentimes, we will do stories about how even in like the busiest time of the year, in summer months, when it's the worst time to be down on boats, they will be down to a 2/3 capacity fleet. They'll be down to like 13, 14 boats sometimes.
Yeah. Heaven forbid there's a mechanical issue with a boat.
Yes.
Or there's a health issue with a crew member. Oftentimes
or somebody
runs
gets
are
the
canceled.
flu.
Right.
Somebody calls
for
out sick.
lack of staffing.
And they'll have to cancel a sailing because they don't have, the mandated amount of crew members to safely operate these vessels. And so Washington State Ferry System says, hey, don't worry about this, guys. We're going to make sure that we're all good to go. We plan on having 20 of 21 vessels ready to be in service. Typically, we have 18 running during the summer schedule, and then we have a bunch we're working on. But we want to make sure that you guys know we're going to be ready with up to 21 boats on the water, running full service. And beyond that, it's not just the boats on the water. We're also going to make sure that we have extra crew ready to go.
They have like backup crews standing by.
They have crew for the crew. And I'm just sitting there and I'm reading this. I'm getting angrier and angrier as I'm reading this, going like, wait a minute. Why are you doing this for tourists, for these football fans?
Right.
And you have these taxpayers footing the bill for these boats that you guys aren't even keeping these things up and running? And it's one of those questions where you just go like, come on. Why can't you have these things all the time?
Right. If you can get your act together and your staffing together for an estimated 750,000 visitors to Seattle for the World Cup, not all of them going to be on ferries, but a huge influx of visitors and tourists and money to the state, that's when you can find the parts for the boat and the crew members for the staff.
It's confusing to me because we spend a lot of money on these boats and we're constantly being told, well, they're so old. We
just don't have enough staff members.
Can't keep them up and running. We don't have enough crew members. And then magically, from June 15th until whenever it ends, when's the last game? July 6th. July 6th will be the final round.
Yes, correct.
From June 15th until July 6th, they can just have all these boats running and no problem. That doesn't make any sense to me. I think we should demand better, and we can demand better, and we should demand better, and they should have more. I know that you can't control when a boat breaks down. I get it. Some of these boats are 60 years old. And you know what? It's a testament to quality workmanship. But the crew, you can hire enough crew.
Well,
if they're not hiring enough crew,
are these part-time help that are only going to be working during the World Cup? That's not the case because they got to be trained.
100%.
It's not just waving cars in. There's a lot goes on.
Yeah.
To a crew of a Washington State ferry.
Make them permanent. Hire these people so we don't have any crew shortages at least going forward. But we'll see if they do that. That's just like a smart thing you and I would do. But we're simple people.
Well, yeah, we don't.
The people who run these things are very complicated people. Well, they got a lot of complications.
Because there's 18 people on every deciding staff, every board.
That's true.
Every committee.
We're just two.
Just two.
We could do it.
We're not bloated with bureaucracy.
Not us. Not at all. All right. We're the least bloated people you've ever met.
Well, from a bureaucratic standpoint.
From a bureaucratic standpoint.
I want to be completely transparent here.
All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group. Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Are you in pain? Have you considered surgery or even joint replacement? Hi, everybody. It's John Curley. Before you make that decision, I recommend you see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. I did, and it's been a game changer. My doctor took a look at my x-rays and said, well, looks like you need a whole new hip. And then he said, wait, how old are you? And I told him, and then he said, well, wait, you're too young for a hip. You're just going to have to, live with the pain. We'll see you in 3 years. It was horrible. Dr. Wagner is a board-certified Seattle physician with over 30 years of experience performing more than 20,000 stem cell procedures, using a person's own stem cells to regenerate cartilage in their own joints. People with severe osteoarthritis, even bone on bone, are back doing what they enjoy doing without pain and without surgery. So whether it's a hip like I had, or a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
Gas prices are at record highs. Markets are volatile. And if you're retired or close to it, I know what you're thinking. Is my plan strong enough for what's coming? Most financial plans aren't built for times like these. They're built for the good times, and that's a problem. That's why one of the Northwest's best-known retirement attorneys, Rajiv Nagayach with LifePoint Law, is personally leading seminars where you'll learn why the planning you've already done may not be enough and what a real retirement plan looks like when your healthcare, housing, legal protection, and finances all work together. No sales pitch, no obligation, just 90 minutes that could change the way you think about your future and give you the peace of mind that you won't run out of money or become a burden on your family.
Attend a free LifePoint Law retirement seminar in Puyallup on May 5th, Federal Way on May 6th, Bellevue on May 7th, or Linwood on May 12th. Seminars begin at 6:30 p.m. Seats are limited, so register now at lifepointlaw.com. That's lifepointlaw.com.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-265-7681. 800-265-7681. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-265-7681.
There are 5 things money can do for you: growth, liquidity, cash flow, protection, and tax advantages. Don't miss an opportunity because your current retirement plan only focuses on 2 or 3 of them. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Don't settle for a partial plan. Get the real deal by requesting your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granello. Another round of peace talks are set for this weekend between the U.S. and Iran. President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff are leading the negotiations this time in Pakistan. CBS's Ed O'Keefe says Vice President J.D. Vance is not going.
Certainly appears to at least show the world that the United States is willing to listen. But the fact that the vice president is not heading suggests that these talks may be preliminary or somewhat meant to indeed just feel them out and see how serious they may be about proceeding towards some kind of substantive agreement.
King County elections officials are pushing back on claims that the election system here is insecure after unused ballots were found near a dumpster in Renton. Elections Director Julie Weiss tells KIRO Radio's Gian Ursula those ballots were not voted on and never delivered.
What we can see is that some of those voters actually requested replacement ballots, and that's something that voters can do. If for some reason they didn't retrieve or receive their ballot for an election, they can contact King County Elections and receive a replacement ballot.
Washington State's GOP Chair Jim Walsh posted video of the ballots online, calling it proof that elections are not secure. Weiss says there's no proof of fraud. The Postal Inspection Service, Renton Police, and the FBI are investigating. One of 2 CIA officers killed in Mexico last weekend grew up in Spokane. KIRO Radio's Frank Lenzi reports.
43-year-old John D. Black graduated from Gonzaga Prep in 2001 and went on to attend Gonzaga University, according to the Spokesman Review. He also had served in the Marine Corps and had been deployed to Afghanistan. Black and the other CIA officer died in a crash while returning from a mission to destroy a drug lab in northern Mexico. 2 Mexican investigators were also killed. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
Well, Microsoft's voluntary buyouts for longtime employees are a surprise for many in the world of tech. GeekWire co-founder Todd Bishop tells KIRO News Radio that is unheard of.
Shocked. This is not what is supposed to happen in the tech industry. You know, there are supposed to be layoffs and cutbacks and really they're going to, as the tech industry goes, they're going to do everything they can, but something like this.
Bishop says it is a way for Microsoft to control costs as it invests billions in AI. About 9,000 employees will qualify for that buyout. Now to the real-time traffic desk. It's 2:33, and we check in with Nate Connors.
All righty, the Puyallup RV Show has our update. Federal Way to Tacoma. Man, it is a 45-minute trip this afternoon because of an earlier car fire in Fife, South 5 at Porter Way. That just cleared about 5 minutes ago. It had 2 lanes blocked, and that's why we're bumper to bumper starting at South 272nd. You can head over to Highway 99 or the Valley Freeway as options. Speaking of the Valley Freeway, it's a 40-minute drive between Renton and Puyallup. Heavier in the south end between State Route 18 into Sumner. Starting to see a backup form westbound 16 approaching the Tacoma Narrows Bridge now, where 2 right lanes are closed mid-span through the weekend for repairs. Yesterday, at its worst, this was backed up to I-5. North 405, you're bumper to bumper from South Center through the Renton S-curves. It's a 45-minute trip between South Center and Bellevue this afternoon. 45 minutes through downtown Seattle on North 5. Heavy backups between the Michigan Curve and the Ship Canal Bridge. And a reminder, eastbound 18 is closed over Tiger Mountain through the weekend, beginning at Issaquah Hobart Road over to I-90 for road work. The Puyallup RV Show returns April 30th through May 3rd. Take advantage of show-only prices now through April 29th. Buy a ticket online, get another free. PuyallupRVShow.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Gorgeous day out there. A lot of sunshine, and the weekend's looking perfect as well. Sunny skies, highs in the mid to upper 60s. Right now, 63 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Gordillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. We have 2 news stories. We really couldn't figure out where to put these, so they're just both bizarre stories. So we thought, why don't we stick them together and we'll make a sandwich out of it. The first one is, you see the story about the U.S. soldier who's been arrested? You remember that Maduro raid, that Venezuelan Maduro raid?
Sure, yeah, of course.
Was that a month ago? 2 months ago?
Oh, a couple months ago, I was going to say now.
It's like years ago. Time just flies now. There's so much happening in the news. But anyway, you have this U.S. soldier who apparently had some insider knowledge about the planning and execution of these Maduro raids.
Right.
And so according to the Department of Justice, who have now filed charges, they've arrested the guy, filed charges against him. He is alleged to have placed prediction market bets on the arrest of Maduro. And I mean, that would be pretty long odds if you don't have insider knowledge. If you go onto one of these Polymarket accounts and say, like, hey, I'm betting he's going to be taken by the U.S.
Yeah, he's getting on, which was it Polymarket? Wasn't the
Polymarket.
Not Kelsey?
Yeah.
Yeah, the U.S. District Attorney from Southern District of New York, federal attorney Jay Clayton, United States Attorney, says he used classified information available only to military personnel that were involved in the planning and execution of this high-stakes military operation.
And he made some money on it, too.
Made $400K.
Yeah, $400,000. Let's see here. By trading various outcomes related to Venezuela after learning of the operation because of his role as a U.S. Army soldier. The FBI will continue to investigate threats. This is from the DOJ's website. To our nation's security, especially for those entrusted to safeguard sensitive classified information in military operations. People were asking, because people noticed at the time, they said, hey, that's a curiously large prediction bet on this seemingly very random event that happened. Somebody must have had insider knowledge on that.
Yeah.
And now they've gotten the guy and they've arrested the guy. What do you think about this?
If this is the only guy that goes to jail for this kind of thing, then that's another crime in itself, because there is evidence all over the map about people using these prediction markets or the stock market themselves.
Sure.
They're shorting oil futures pending an announcement. There's like numerous instances of major moves going on in the stock markets and on the prediction markets,
which suggests somebody has
some people. 5 minutes before a president makes a major announcement, somebody in that building
bets like $1 billion
or sells a boatload of stock in this, that, or the other thing.
Yeah,
insider information.
Let me ask you this question: this guy, I don't think anybody's disagreeing that he should be arrested for this.
This is Gannon Ken Van Dyke is the soldier's name.
Yes.
Yeah. And there was an investigation. There was an indictment. There's been an arrest. They've got the goods on this
these
guy.
are allegations, but they're saying that we've got the goods. He's going to likely go to prison for this. This is insider trading. He has knowledge of something, and then he's profiting.
Yeah.
Shouldn't they do something with congressmen and women?
Absolutely.
Isn't this the exact same thing that they literally do every day? And they're the ones who've been asked to make a law to make it illegal to do that thing, and they're like, we're not going to pass that law.
There was a moment in the Oval Office today, and I wish I could get this audio to you, the audience, but I'll paraphrase. A reporter asked the president about these investment and stock trades being made on what seems to be inside privileged information regarding presidential announcements or military operations. Particularly, there was asking about this soldier. And the president's answer was, well, the whole world's kind of become a casino. The whole world. I'm not a fan of it. I've never been. But these prediction markets, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
That's not enough of an answer. To your point, if someone inside that government is getting inside information, and I'm not saying it's the president or his staff or anybody, I'm not sure. If his administration is anybody, it is what it is not an adequate answer. If the U.S. attorney in New York says, to quote him, he said, prediction markets are not a haven for using misappropriated, confidential, or classified information for personal gain.
Sure.
This is just a guy working in the office in the Southern District of New York. I mean, I call on the president to have a better answer.
I'm sure.
Than it is what
they
it
must
is.
feel like that.
I'm sure they are too.
This is Kash Patel talking. Today's announcement makes clear no one is above the law, and this FBI will do whatever it takes to defend the homeland and safeguard our nation's secrets. Any clearance holders thinking of cashing in their access and knowledge for personal gain will be held accountable. That seems pretty concrete.
I'm with you. Whether they're a service member or an elected official, to your point, absolutely. Come on, this is getting out of.
They do this all the time in Congress. This is what they all leave millionaires. They all leave like 100 millionaires, which seems crazy.
I'm with you.
Not all of them, I understand, but like a lot of them do. All right, so that's crazy story number one.
Yeah.
Crazy story number two. Would you ever go to a place called Sloth World? Sloth World. Do you like sloths?
I've held a sloth. I've held a sloth in the wild. They're filthy. I was in Brazil.
They're filthy?
Well, this was in the wild.
I always thought of them as a clean animal.
They're adorable.
Is it a marsupial? What is a sloth?
Yes, it is. I believe it is a marsupial. We were in Brazil on the Amazon with World Vision, part of our trip we made down to help sponsor children.
Nice.
And one of the events that we got to take part in, there was some downtime where you got to go see. You got in a canoe and you got to go on the Amazon and visit different little riverfront communities.
Yeah.
You want to pet a sloth? Was a local vendor.
Yeah.
Much like an unlicensed hot dog vendor outside the Kingdom.
It sounds like secret language for a bad thing, but it's not. It's literally a sloth.
It was this guy brought a sloth over to paddle over to our canoe that we were in and let us hold a sloth, and this thing had bugs crawling all over.
You want to pet a sloth? Wink, and then he walks over with a sloth.
I'm like, oh, you really meant it.
Yeah.
It wasn't code.
Yes, I would.
To your point, I would not go visit Sloth World.
You wouldn't?
I'm not. I love them in the movies. They were great in Zootopia.
Oh my gosh,
great.
So funny. Flash, 100-yard dash.
Yeah.
That joke. That's one of the funniest jokes just in movies. You know it? The Zootopia joke?
Was this two?
What do you call a three-humped camel? You remember this one?
I don't.
It's pregnant, is the answer. But he tells it to a sloth. And then the sloth on camera for like 30 seconds says no response. And then slowly his face goes, and he laughs because sloths are so slow. It's very funny. Kids loved it.
So what happened to Sloth World?
Sloth World. 21 sloths have died. Sloth World. Isn't that horrible? And they said, according to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, 31, not 21, 31 were, have come to Florida.
Sloth World is in Orlando.
And here's what happened. Here's a little bit of the report on this from Fox 35.
31 sloths dead before the business even opens. A report from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission revealing an investigation into the deaths of more than 24 sloths tied to Sloth World, a first of its kind hands-off attraction in Orlando.
And then how they died?
According to this FWC report, 21 sloths died due to a cold stun in December 2024. The other 10 died from poor health issues.
Not horrible. Before they even open.
That's horrible.
I mean, I'm not a sloth expert, but it doesn't sound like they are either.
No, they've got a store. They got a tourist attraction.
I guarantee you, because we have a bearded dragon now that we inherited from some good friends of ours. We didn't inherit; they didn't pass. They just literally said, "Do you want this?"
Yeah, their kids had grown and moved on.
They'd outgrown it. He's bored, and they said, "Your kids are young. Maybe they'll entertain this thing." We're taking pretty good care of that thing, but I did some research into how to take care of these bearded dragon lizards.
Yeah,
and they got to have the right heat. I mean, they're very specific. You got to feed them the right foods. How do you have sloth world and you don't know that sloths can die from cold pretty quickly, and then 31 die, and then they did an investigation into it and they said that it was nothing bad. I mean, it wasn't on purpose. They said there was no ill intention or malconduct in them losing these 31 sloths.
It was unpreventable?
Well,
it
no, it just was like
accidents
accidents happen.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, which is like,
that's heartbreaking, but it's better than just neglect.
Yeah, you don't want
It's better than just, we don't care. We got a warehouse, we're not going to bother heating it.
100%. And you don't want somebody out there who's like, hates sloths or something. But you want them to, you think they would know, like a sloth needs a pretty warm.
Well, the Florida Fish and
Florida?
Wildlife
You think Florida would have that
Commission,
too?
They would have it.
Because of the weather.
Yeah.
It's very warm.
I said a freak cold snap.
Crazy. Anyway, so those two stories are bizarre, and we felt like they fit well together. So we hope you enjoyed that as well. We got a lot more coming up. We got your text messages next. Lots of great stuff. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO News Radio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app.
When the dollar's convertibility into gold ended in 1971, gold was fixed at $35 an ounce. Fast forward to today, and the U.S. dollar has lost over 85% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold has increased in value by over 12,000%. Central banks are buying gold at record levels. Major firms are holding significant positions in gold. And I choose to buy gold from Birch Gold Group. Stan Bongino, and it all starts with education. Birch Gold just announced their Learn and Earn Precious Metals event. This free online event rewards you for learning the basics of investing in precious metals. Sign up to get free silver on your next purchase if you qualify. And you can get even larger incentives as you go. The more you learn, the more you can earn. But act now. This special event only runs through April 30th. So text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 to join Birch Gold's Learn and Earn Precious Metals event by April 30th. Text Dan to 989898 today. Message and data rates may apply.
Hartley Wilcox here. I'm sure you've heard the saying, you are what you eat. And everyone knows eggs are an incredible source of natural protein and omega-3. But have you ever stopped to think about what the hens eat to make the eggs great tasting and even healthier to eat? At Wilcox Farms, we believe in nature-first nutrition. Our hens enjoy pasture access and a diet of organic grains and flaxseed. That means vibrant golden yolks, richer flavor, and higher omega-3s for you and your family. When you choose Wilcox, you're not just buying eggs, you're investing in real nutrition and real value. Because healthy hens make healthy eggs, and healthy eggs make healthy, happy families. So next time you're at the store, look for Wilcox Family Farms eggs. Taste the difference that starts with what our hens eat. Learn more at wilcoxfarms.com. Wilcox Farms, where better eggs begin with better care. Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Golden Crest Metals helps investors understand how physical gold and silver can be held inside qualified retirement accounts without pressure or confusion. Our team brings decades of experience in precious metals and retirement planning with a focus on clear education, straightforward pricing, and a process designed to put clients first. Why do investors choose Golden Crest Metals? Experience, transparency, and a client-first approach. Tune into The Gold Show with Kenny Michaels every Saturday at 1 p.m.
Epic parties start at Staples. Now you can grab Party City balloons, decorations, and tableware, plus matching custom invites, banners, and more right at Staples. That was easy.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
What a performance by the big unit!
Mariners fans, don't miss your chance to witness history on Saturday, May 2nd, when the Mariners celebrate Randy Johnson number retirement ceremony night. Presented by T-Mobile. The special pregame event will immortalize Randy's 51 while recounting the big unit's biggest moments, like throwing the franchise's first no-hitter and winning the team's first Cy Young Award.
Randy looks to the skies!
Get your tickets today at mariners.com/big unit.
All right, welcome back to the show. We got a lot of text messages to get to, and so why don't we? It's just going to be Spike and I today. Spike, do you want to start us off on these?
Sure, I'd be glad to. This says it's off topic. This is from Janet in the 206. Thanks to the three of you, Elder, including you as well, for another week of providing just the right balance of hard information and soft feel-good stuff. You helped me get through a pretty crappy week.
Nice.
This must have been sent before the sloth story.
I hope our story of 31 dead sloths really lifted your spirits. Tin Hat Jason says, just tuned in. Love Spike's shirt. What is your shirt for the audience?
It's a Snowflake. It's from Snowflake, Arizona.
Oh, nice. Yeah, is that a real place?
Oh, yeah. It's down there in the between. My wife and family have we have homes in we have family in Albuquerque and Phoenix. And as you make that trip back and forth, you
There's a
drive
town
right
called
by
Snowflake?
Arizona.
That's fun.
Yep.
Arizona actually gets a lot of snow. People don't know that.
High desert.
The high desert gets a lot, and then they have snow for the whole season. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
It's a magical
place. Is that
place.
Scottsdale? Like Scottsdale gets a lot of snow?
Scottsdale, that's right. High elevation.
Dennis in Seattle said, buddies, have a fine and dandy weekend. Sunny and 75. Thank you, Dennis. Yeah, fantastic weather. Everybody enjoy it.
On the subject of the Tacoma Narrows Bridge being closed down, 2 lanes of the westbound being closed down because they found holes and just gaping, dangerous structural deficiencies. Yeah. Kevin in Black Diamond says, where's the money going? Maybe we should ask Dow Constantine. Why is his name not coming up? Why is he not being held accountable for anything? He's one of the people in charge of King County and of KCHRA and now Light Rail. We need to wake up.
Yes, all good questions, and those would be great to answer. So I wish somebody would answer those. 425 says, Uncle Jay kept the cash, deferred the maintenance on roads and ferries. It's catching up now to the hapless current administration. It is what it is. And by Uncle Jay, I assume they mean Jay Inslee.
Yes, they do. The now resident of Idaho. Doug in Mount Vernon says, bridge maintenance, how many rolls of Gorilla Tape can the state buy with $600 million? That stuff's tough.
A lot. Yeah. A lot. Do you use Gorilla Tape for stuff?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
It's unbelievable. It's the greatest. Because what's crazy about Gorilla Tape is when water hits it, it gets stronger. So there's something chemically in it that actually, it gets stronger when it has a little bit of it's a science.
It's a science thing.
It's a science
we
thing,
do love
but I like
science.
Gorilla Tape.
I like it better than duct tape because I just don't like ducks.
Oh, that's a shame.
On King County, on the King County Regional Homeless Authority audit, 253 says every single state and county government needs to be audited. Yeah, I think it's pretty common practice.
I'm just surprised that that's not a thing that
on an annual basis.
Should be doing this all the time. Let's see here. 360 says unless they had stacks of cash to hand out, all the receipts should be accounted for. Why can't they find the money? I think the reason is they don't want to find the money. Is my guess.
Well,
they went somewhere and they don't want to sell you where it went.
Well,
that's my guess.
There were systems in place, programs available to them and bought for and trained on that just weren't used.
Yeah,
they just went unused to track this money.
And was Luke saying? We had him in earlier on the show. Was he saying that some of it was done by hand? Like this authority has only been around for 6 years. They've had computers in the last 6 years, and some of it's taken down and kept on paper. This doesn't make sense. Is that even legal?
No,
in the state of Washington.
It can't be. Whatever happens here,
a lot of questions
of an investigation moving forward. Robin and Graham says missing money from KCHRA. Get real. Money is never really lost. It's all traceable. These folks weren't handed a dump truck full of cash. I think the FBI needs to get involved, and they need to look at every bank transaction for every agency, and for that agency in particular. Even if their accounting records aren't accurate, the bank's records are, and will tell the story of where all that money went.
That's a great question. They're claiming, hey, because of management turnover. Basically, what I've seen, they're actually I think they're having a live press conference in just a little bit. And John Curley's going to bring you some information on that. But one of their excuses was because the pandemic was such a crazy time and because we've had a bunch of turnover in leadership, it's been really hard for us to implement the different strategies and keep tight books at the same time. Obviously, we're a growing organization, yada, yada, yada. And the rest of us are just like, wait a minute. There's no business out there who gets that excuse. There's not a single private business that can just tell the government, hey, you know what? It was early days. We don't know where our books went. And you are required by law to turn in quarterly earnings for private businesses to the government so they can see exactly what you're doing with your money and how you're spending it.
Right.
How is it that a government agency isn't held to the same standards? I think everybody's like scratching their heads like, what the heck, guys? We should have a segment called What the Heck, guys?
WTH.
WTH.
On salmon and cocaine. This got a lot of feedback. Clifton Woodville says, how do you get a salmon to sniff anything? And Jesus shot down my silver lining. No pun intended.
What was it? Go ahead.
Well, I said, is now farm-raised salmon safer than wild because there's not a lot of cocaine in that water? Jesus says farm salmon are grown in the exact same water. They're just caged.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, I trust anybody named like Jesus. I trust him.
That's advertising problem because I just assumed there's a farm somewhere with salmon.
It's clearly in the same water. It's just they're penned. They don't swim out. They don't come back.
That makes a lot more sense.
Is it planting season for salmon?
Well, no, I just thought. I thought there was like a big bunch of land out there where they just had.
That's where the old salmon go to play with other salmon.
Oh, that's confusing. All right. Let's see. We got a few more here. Let's see. John and Enumclaw. This is on the campground/budget. He says, what happened to the money that the state didn't spend last year on man-made wildfires? Interesting. From John and Enumclaw.
I hadn't thought about that. Good answer. And on Brock Hewitt, can we do one more? Good time for one more?
We got time. We're down to our last minute.
Okay. On Brock Hewitt and the NFL, I ran almost face with Brock Hewitt back in the 90s at a Teresa Wilson softball pitching session at Heck Ed. I said hi, and I was speechless. I had a softball in my hand, and I should have asked him for an autograph. Well, still not too late, Rick. Yeah. He's a great guy.
We could probably make that happen.
Make that happen for you.
All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Great week of shows. Tons of fun. John Curley's coming up next. I hope you guys all have a beautiful, sunny weekend. Enjoy whatever you're doing, and we will see you back here on Monday. All right. Bye-bye.
The John Curley Show.
If by like the 15th of October rolls around and suddenly there's a bolt of lightning and I croak out right there, I'm fine.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
My dream of growing a giant pumpkin is just a couple of months away. I know somebody who knows somebody who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows someone who got me the seed, the 1,500-pounder, baby. It's in a secret location. I don't want to say where it is.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Are you an HVAC professional in Western Washington? UA Local 32 offers industry-leading pay, advanced training at a state-of-the-art facility, and retirement benefits you can count on. For 135 years, they've had your back. Start building your future at ualocal32.com.
Spring is a season homeowners start improving their homes. Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. If your home needs roofing, siding, new windows, gutters, or decking, our team can take care of it all. For a limited time, save up to $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows project. Planning multiple upgrades? Combine your projects and save even more. Or with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. You can start your project now and pay later. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Gas prices are at record highs. Markets are volatile. And if you're retired or close to it, I know what you're thinking. Is my plan strong enough for what's coming? Most financial plans aren't built for times like these. They're built for the good times, and that's a problem. That's why one of the Northwest's best-known retirement attorneys, Rajiv Nagayach with LifePoint Law, is personally leading seminars where you'll learn why the planning you've already done may not be enough and what a real retirement plan looks like when your healthcare, housing, legal protection, and finances all work together. No sales pitch, no obligation, just 90 minutes that could change the way you think about your future and give you the peace of mind that you won't run out of money or become a burden on your family.
Attend a free LifePoint Law retirement seminar in Puyallup on May 5th, Federal Way on May 6th, Bellevue on May 7th, or Linwood on May 12th. Seminars begin at 6:30 p.m. Seats are limited, so register now at lifepointlaw.com. That's lifepointlaw.com.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do.